I'm just dropping shit. Snapple. Ugh. And his mouth gone shut.
Bitch, keep winning the game to the shit. How big of for you?
Amazing. Amazing. What do? Oh, you got a... Is that a... What is that? Is that a skull or is that an alien head?
I'd say an alien head.
Damn, this is a party bowl, bro. Let me look inside the bowl. Damn! You have a bowl in here. Why are you packing like 1 grammers in this bitch? Shit! You can pack like a gram in this motherfucker. Look at this. Look at the size of that. That's like a... This reminds me of like one of those like molten lava chamber things in like the Attack of the Clones where they're on Geonosis and they're like going in those make factories and they're in those fat tube things.
Right.
It looks like one of those inside, just whoa, this deep chamber of just...
That's all they had, though, but that's kind of,
I think it was meant to be a Spider-Man head. I see like the webbing on the around it, but the person did the eyes all fucked up. The eyes just make it look really weird.
Yeah.
It makes it look more just like a weird looking alien thing or structure of some sort. I mean, I could see where he tried to do the eyes, but yeah, he didn't do whoever did the eyes didn't do the greatest job. But like the Spider-Man head itself actually doesn't look bad. Like I could tell like where the eyes actually are on this, and the shape of them actually aren't bad, but the little daubs of white were not done 100% correctly.
Right, yeah.
To be fair, I mean, it's pretty difficult to work with glass. Would you rather skin up a spliff with Jesse Lee Peterson or Jordan B. Peterson? Jesse Lee Peterson. Dude, I have to do the alpha. I can't do the beta. I ain't doing no beta. Working for your keep. Explain it to me, Paul. The voice of Paul's ego echoes in my head. How's the day? Not too bad, actually. I actually overslept just a tad bit, but that was just because my phone for some reason didn't charge last night. I woke up around 2. I know that much. And then I charged my phone. I read a book for a little bit because it was dead. And I was just like, shit, you know, a little... I don't even know how. It was on the... whatever. How doesn't matter. Probably was on my bed. I tossed and turned, fell off my bed, got loose on the charge, died overnight. But, yeah, so that happened. And when I turned it on, it was literally at the time I was supposed to have gone to my work domicile of Enslavement Way. And it's just like, It's like, great. Then I found out my other closer also overslept. It was late. So it sort of helped me a little bit because I wasn't as late as him, but he showed up at the time I was supposed to show up. So yeah, it was a little bit of a little fluke, but other than that, it was pretty good. Nature. Yeah. The boss of our property used to be nature, and now it's no longer. We have usurped that. Who's the landlord?
Yeah, I'm taking my charger back pretty quick.
Oh yeah, not a problem. I was just.
You can just a little more.
Okay. I was just doing it to put my phone back up to charge it. I've been slowly having it charged up all day. It's just been kind of ridiculous. Interesting point. Ideology is the landlord. I want to actually. I'm gonna pause Paul for a sec. I might play him again if I can. That's a very interesting thing to put into thought. That ideology is essentially like the landlord that keeps us moving to sustain.
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies? Ooh. Ooh. Oh wow, I'm smelling it already. Oh, it's already open. So. Ooh. Oh, this has like a very Okay, I think this just goes for like all weed, but weed has just this earth smell to it. I think that's just naturally, but like, it's like. What would be like a good? It almost smells like a hint of cheesecake and strawberry a little bit, with like a hint of peppermint.
Huh.
I love smelling weed because they all have these very hint smells to other like fruits and other plants, and it's just like, what does this smell have? And also just, I think it's due to the compounds that might be within it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, here's your lid.
I think so.
Yeah. I want to hear Paul explain it a little more.
Are you disconnected?
Oh, well, this is mine. Oh, yeah, I was just like, yeah, that's mine, but, oh, wait, I still have the other one plugged in. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times bring out self-cooked chumps. Though, I don't know if there ever has been good times, really, necessarily. That's the thing. So I don't know if that's the best way of looking at it. It's one way, too, and is accurate to an extent, I will say. But I don't know if that's the number one thing as to why, like, this is... See, I don't know. I'm not 100% on that. Beta! I know, right? I'm going beta on y'all. But, I do think it just naturally having, you know, all these comforts does, in a lot of sense, create as those of the JLP side called betas are essentially due to, I think, a lot of just what we are exposed to. It's not even necessarily them themselves in that sense, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I think a lot of what Western civilization is created now, which, of course, this is kicking the can down the road mentality of how humans are, I think, of how we just seem to just put problems aside. Like, there are major problems, especially with our current technology, that aren't being addressed, and a lot of it stems from a lot of like the tech that we use, like what I'm using right now, and how people actually feel like they are somewhat, like their actual life is somewhat intertwined into, this essentially, and that definitely is a lot of the major problems there. Another is, I think, what Paul was even getting into a little bit with this whole sense of keep, like working for your keep, essentially, and what. Like, now that I'm kind of just honestly been thinking about it a little bit, it kind of makes sense with the whole sense of ideology, being like the one we, work towards to tend to our keeps, essentially. But at the same time, not entirely. Because I think what he was trying to mean by that is that people have this idea of what they, perceive and what they believe, and, for the most part, generally aren't changing their, perception of that for the most part. So I think a lot of that does fuel our drive, essentially, to do what we're doing. Now, I don't know whether I think one truly believes that or not is, I think, another story. And I don't even know if it actually is an ideology, the fact that it's an ideology we believe. I think it's just the ideology that we are forced, or at least knowing or unknowingly, having to abide by, in a sense. So, it's definitely some interesting thoughts, though. That's why I love ideology. He brings up some very, very peculiar thought-provoking conversation pieces and stuff that's like, it even makes me delve into, my own perception of things and change it a little bit. Kind of want to hear more now. Oh, I'm hearing him go. I love that. Totally agree. Damn. Wow, he just laid it down there. Essentially, like, what the fuck? I can't go back. We're gonna have to exchange locations for a moment to delve into this. Fuck, because I want to delve back into it. I recap what I was saying, because essentially, the rundown is like, you are essentially truly beholden to yourself, no one else. And yeah, that's essentially true. Like, once you're, I mean, mainly just at a certain age, because you have to be dependent, growing up. But by that point, you are essentially in charge of yourself at that point. Within means, of course. You're not purely free. I don't even think that idea is truly existed, really. But besides, like, maybe, like, nomadic man, maybe. But because there wasn't any law or, like, code to abide by besides sustained tribe. And that's about it. So maybe besides then, and even then, there wasn't any free time. There was survive, sustain tribe, and that was about it. But yeah, but essentially the whole idea of just giving up like 40% or even up to like half of your life to make a few other dimwits happy, essentially, is just like been at least on the human psyche for a long time, and I totally agree. Like, I don't think it's a sense of a collectivism that is really negative and honestly more parasitic in nature, which I think is why a lot of people are so against that idea, collectivism, or at least get very freaky at the idea, because it's like, oh, does that mean I am no longer beholden? It's like, not necessarily. No, like I mean, not the whole premise of it isn't, but it could and it can be. And I think a lot of what's happened now is a lot of that is a lot of an ideology of like a tribalistic collectivism of like make sustain this entity or this group to make a few others of that group happy about it, and that's about it. And then everyone else in the group works just as much as you, and some of them are a little higher up because they did a little extra to sustain that thing, and then it allowed it to go to prosper more. And that idea, and then the idea to just forget about everyone else, and besides just give them just enough, and for the people to do a little extra, a little better, a little more comfortable. Oh, little bandito getting us his food.
Mm-hmm. You ever want that chicken that was left on the counter?
I was gonna have a little bit, but I was honestly thinking about giving it to Bandit.
Too late. You already got it.
Okay, well, like I said, I was gonna have a little bit of it and give the rest to Bandit. So basically, share half of it with Bandit. But
Bandit doesn't do good at sharing.
yeah, I don't think Bandit isn't very good at sharing. You have to kind of.
Well, he had half of it, and I'm just like, okay, I'll give a chunk to all the other cats.
You had half of it, and you're like, all right, I'll give the rest to the cats. So then Bandit doesn't.
Oh, he still has one more chunk in there.
Oh my goodness, what a goof!
I give like a chunk or two to the other kitty.
I swear, like this cat is always perpetually hungry. Like never. Like I swear, if he can literally eat all the time, I think he would. And there's not much to grow left. There's like not much kitty to grow.
Hi.
There's not that much cat and Bandit to grow into. Bandit's pretty much grown. My goodness, at this point he's just getting thick and just thicker and heavier and more bulkier and more like a cougar instead of a cat. Oh man. Oh, Bandito, you're a beast.
Yeah, it's getting the food, and you like jump on the counter and then get that. Jump on the counter, because I'm kind of like looking in that corner of the eye, just like, okay.
Making sure he doesn't sneak all the food out.
And then he gets down. Jumps up and gets down. Look over at you. Jumps up, grabs a chunk of chicken, gets down. Taps the garbage can and starts chowing on it.
Oh my goodness. He's what a little thief. Man, I don't think we ever had I don't think we've ever had a more fitting name for a cat than Bandit. Like seriously. His name suits him too well, I think. I think a little too well.
I am the Frito Bandito.
I'm just gonna break this up a little bit instead. It's small enough to do so. Bork! Bork goes the dog. That actually did sound like a legit bork instead of a bark. It's like a bork! Bark! That Bandit. He didn't even touch the chicken. He just like ate like a third of the food and was like, I don't want any more, I'm gone. Freedom. Let's go out and adventure into the darkness. That is the yard. I know.
I had the door open all day.
Yeah.
Any cat that wanted to could come and go.
Yeah, like honestly, like that cat has like the most like there is honestly something about like I kind of envy our lesser life forms that live here, like the cat or a dog. They just always seem to have like this just like this. I don't even know what it'd be like. What the best way to.
Like to do whatever they want.
Like they have just no whim or like what of like anything. They're just like they think of something, they just do it, and they just are pleased about it. There is a bliss about that, I can tell. Just like,
Unless they do something stupid and like fall off the counter or something like that.
And then, yeah, but even then, they just kind of look around and be like, especially if Bandit be like, well, that happened. They just kind of wander off and just kind of not.
Like, you didn't see that.
Pretty much, he just is like, yeah,
I
that.
meant to do that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, I meant to do that cognitively. I'm gonna continue. Oh, I have a little itch. Groom. I'm sleepy now. I shall rest on top of this plate. Like, or I shall rest on top of this humble thing. On this couch pillow, even though it's...
Rather than freaking Cleo. She'll just like, I'm just gonna like, sit here and stick my tail in your food. And it's like, come on, cat.
Yeah, they...
Enough with the tail in the food.
Good job, partner.
No, that cat don't give a shit. She's just like, yeah, my tail's just gonna be right here. Just sticks there and just happens to be in your food. Shh. I mean, there really is something about it. I just like look at Bandit, literally just him doing his own thing, and it's like there's something about you just doing your thing that just looks far more enjoyable than anything I've ever done. it's just like, damn. It's like cat having time of his life just merely walking around or licking his ass. It's just like, wow. There really is something about that.
Well, I'll pass on looking my ass.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, for a cat, I'm making an example because cats are known for doing that, like, all the time for some reason. But, like, I mean, just no whim or care in the world for anything or whatever. Actually, cats are a little sadistic because they'll torture their food for fun. I don't know if it's for fun, but they'll do that. They'll play around with their food before they kill it. It's like, I don't want to kill you quite yet. You entertain me as you struggle. It's just like, oh, wow. Cat's a little sadistic. But... good thing Ben didn't hear that. Ben didn't hear that. I'm actually kind of like... I'm actually surprised we haven't found any, like, prey at, like, our doorsteps since Bandit's been around. We used to have, like, Meg a lot. Or Curly. But I haven't seen any really since much of Bandit.
Yeah, I think he eats it.
Yeah, I actually think he just straight eats it. I actually do think he does. I think he eats it and leaves the remains where they be, because he's like, I killed that.
In a litter box.
That too. And his gift to us is a biochemical weapon in a litter box.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. I prefer the gift of being like, oh, it's right there. Okay. Dispose of. It's like, oh great. Now it really smells. At least it's so small it doesn't really smell unless I go right up into it. And I'm not going to be right up in the grill of a dead bird or something. I'm not gonna be like, what do you smell like? You're a dead bird.
Well, they don't smell to the maggots set in.
Well, yeah. I mean, they don't really set until, like, decomposition really starts taking effect. It's such a small thing, like a tiny little bird or whatever isn't even really going to put that much of a smell because of how small it is. I mean, it'll decompose so quick and there's so little matter for it to really, protrude. It would just be kind of... like a deer, yeah, that thing, you can smell that. You'll probably start smelling that thing when you get, like, within 20 feet of a rotting deer.
Okay.
A whale, you'll smell that shit from, like, a mile away if it's beached and dead.
Blow it up.
Yeah, I didn't oh, God. Oh. I've seen videos of people of when they've blown them up, and then just the remains fly everywhere and start landing on, like, where people are watching. It's like, oh my God, that has to be the most God. Oh.
I wanted to watch the whale get blown up.
Okay, I would love to watch that, but I'm watching that from like half a mile away. I'm not gonna.
We're a long ways away. They just use too much dynamite.
Hence a half a mile, because I don't trust the demolition expert. Always wants to use too much for the job. They always want to make sure they have enough, and enough is usually
exactly enough.
Well.
Back then, they had no idea how much exactly enough dynamite was required to blow up a whale.
Well, even nowadays, that's still not even...
Overkill.
Nowadays, I don't think people still know because like I said, I mean, there's videos of people pretty far away, and then all of a sudden it's like raining, rotting blubber and dead whale, and probably guts of the whale, and just bloody bits and raining, rotting mist. It's like, oh, I love to see it, but I'm wearing a gas mask and like a hazmat suit before I do that, because honestly, that would be cool as shit to see like. You know, like see an event.
In a bunker. It's like, was it like half of a mile away? A car got crushed by a chunk of whale.
Oh. Well, I don't want to be using like binoculars to see this thing. Shit. Damn. Well, yeah. Wow. Well, my point still stands. Even today, we still go overkill. Jeez. Not that I don't mind. It's fun when things go boom boom, but for certain things, you don't want too much boom boom. Too much boom boom makes a very bad time, and cars get crushed, and you get rotting whale flesh.
I want to do like a book, 101 Things Not to Do with the Dead Whale.
Walk on top of it.
Number one will be blow it up. Yeah, walk on top of this. One guy walked on top of a dead whale to get his picture taken, and he fell inside it.
Ah! Oh my!
And it took hours to get the poor guy out.
Oh my god!
And another one I seen on video, they had this dead whale and they stuck it on a semi. This is in like some Oriental place like Japan or China or somewhere like that.
What?
They're parading this dead whale down the street, and it spontaneously blew up.
Probably due to the fact it's being transported and being rocketed around due to the...
No, it was rotting and starting to blow.
Yeah, because of the bloating yeah.
So
enough
didn't let it bloat naturally, so the pressure built up inside it until boom!
Yeah. They didn't take into account of the pressure, and the external pressure of the vehicle moving down road caused enough weak points to just because of the internal pressure buildup. Yeah, it's just like, oh my god. I thought you were gonna say it like fell off the road and then exploded or something, which would have been worse.
No, they're just driving it down. You know, it's like a parade, a busy street. Everyone.
Oh, busy street too. Whoa! Oh my god.
It's like a parade. Everyone's standing around.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god!
That's a parade I wouldn't want to go to. It's like, I'll go back to Mardi Gras. They throw beans and candy. This place you get scattered with rotten dead whale. Screw washing these clothes. I'm just gonna throw them away.
I'm just gonna burn them. I'm not even gonna throw them in my garbage bin. I'm taking them off and walking home naked. I don't care if you arrest me. Do it, bitch. My excuse is good.
As long as there's a shower in the jail cell.
Yeah, it's like, if you arrest me, make sure you put me in a cell with a shower. With, like, 20 bars of soap with nobody around me. I don't think anyone would want to, but there you go. Oh, man. If there's, like, one thing I exceptionally am, like, when it comes to, like, rotting dead things, the one thing I am most absolutely disgusted with has to be fucking dead whales. Like, I'm fascinated to see that shit from a distance to watch, you know, it blow up or something. It's interesting, but I know exactly what happens with those things when they're dead. And it's absolute, like, just all the things that could happen from, if you walk on top of it, falling inside, and you know you're in, like, and you know you have to, like, try to find a way to climb out of it, like, 3 feet out to even get near, like, the fat that is, like, below its blubberous skin and shit. It's, like, and it's rotting, and you got, oh my god, ugh. Knowing that you can literally, like, just, oh my god. Just, I think it's because knowing that you could literally be inside that damn thing and be like, ugh. Jeez, ugh. Wait, like, dead whale carcasses are probably the worst ones. Like, I've seen, like, dead deer, and it's just like, oh, shit, dead deer. It's pretty much all my
I've seen all
reaction.
kinds of dead stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, yeah, and it's just like...
Although the worst one was the dead cow.
Oh. Oh. I bet...
It's more like a cat. But, you know, I've seen dead stuff, and normally it wouldn't affect me. But, you know, I'm camping, I'm just like, oh, let's walk upstream.
Found, like, a dead thing.
Dead cow in the stream, and I'm just like... I was drinking out of this water.
I would literally try to puke, honestly. I think I'll force myself at that point, knowing that.
Well, it would have been too late, because I was like, last night, and this morning, and then this afternoon.
Did you boil it?
No, you just drink out of the stream.
Oh. Oh, no. How did you get sick from that?
No.
Oh my, that surprises me.
Well, I got sick seeing the cow, practically. I'm just like, oh, I was drinking this. Oh. I never got,
Oof,
I mean,
wow.
just mentally.
Realizing that it's in you.
Yeah.
Whatever rotting, eating away that thing is, you just...
Maggots, carrion beetles.
Like parasites, potentially. Who knows what type of bacteria, like... Oof.
Everything in a maggot, carrion beetle riddled cow, well, it's a calf carcass. I'm just like, oh, crap, this is a far upstream.
Oh. I think that's why there's such a natural inclination of like, ugh, you know, initially, you know, because it's like, especially around water, because naturally we need it to survive, of course, and then when we see especially dead things near water, we have a far more stronger reaction compared to like,
yeah, just, I was drinking.
You literally were, yeah, like you literally, you know, because you're out in the middle.
I remember, the night before we cooked something, we boiled the water, you know, just to cook whatever we were making.
Yeah, so whatever that water would have then been safe after a while been boiled.
But when you drink it straight out of the stream,
that's another story.
I do that all the time in Montana. I think, oh, I like pristine mountain stream.
Yeah, usually for the most part, you know,
that cow in the stream just uphill.
Yeah.
Like,
I see these tiny little creeks all the time I go camping, and I always like to want to drink out of them, but I always remember it's like there's probably some weird shit, you know, that I am not aware of that's also like microbial in nature that I definitely wouldn't be able to see anyway.
Yeah, by the time I got older, I figured crappy parasite microbes stuff that's in the water, you know, because they're warning there's something in the they'll get you in the water, but you know, you get sick once and you're pretty much immune to it.
Yeah, that usually is the case for a lot of different things.
You know, when I got old enough to go like camping by myself,
yeah,
it's just like I'm immune to just about everything that can be in the stream water.
Yeah, I mean, because there's some
dead cow water, so I don't think anything can harm me.
Man.
They have some parasite that gets you. You know, if you drink out of the stream without properly boiling the water or whatever, I figure out it must have got me when I was a little kid because I could drink freely from the water.
Yeah, and your body knows how to fight back against the foreign agent. Yeah.
A couple of girls came and set up camp, you know, ways from our camp, you know, and I walked over towards them and just like, hey, it's like, oh, I'm storing my food over here.
Yeah.
So, what's up, you know? So I'm storing my food over here in the stream and keep it cold. And I'm just like, oh. And they're just like, can you, you know, if you drink this water, will it make you sick? And it's like, oh, it won't make me sick. You get sick once, and then you don't get sick anymore. You know, that happened when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I remember
as
I remember as a kid getting sick a lot, but not really much in my life.
Your food a long ways away from, you where you camp, they're just coming in to eat your food. That's why I have my food all the way over here. They're camping right next to my food.
Oops.
And it's just like, wow. And it's like, okay, all right, we're just like worried. And it's like, okay, come on, girls, get a clue. Maybe set up camp next to us or move a little bit.
Yeah, I would prefer the closer to us
and
moment.
I also mentioned, plus we're up there in that little knoll of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bears will follow either the creeks or the ridges.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I forget what. Yeah, it's the creeks by night.
Usually because.
By day, I forget. But if you're traveling and you want to avoid bears, you want to go like halfway between the creeks and the ridges.
Yeah.
It's the best area to keep.
Yeah, because by night.
You don't run into a bear. If you're following a creek, you'll run into a bear. If you're following a ridge, you'll run into a bear.
Yeah. I mean.
If you're halfway up the mountain, the chance you might run into a bear, but
they're usually like scavenging or finding a place to hibernate at that point, usually depending on the season, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the paths they take. They go by the creeks or the ridges.
Yeah.
So if you're lost in bear country, it's always best to follow halfway between the creek and the ridge.
So just like being in the middle of like the valley, where like the top it would be like the ridge line, and then the bottom would.
Yeah, you have the ridge line, you have the creek.
Just be halfway, essentially. Somewhere between all of that is just basically the good thing, a good idea.
Like creeks and ridges, usually like right on the creek. Ridges will vary, they might
be.
A bit or up a bit.
Yeah, so probably more like better to be near the creek ridge than the ridge line in between it.
It's easier to follow the creek. The ridge lines, especially out in Montana, you end up with lots of cliffs and piles.
Looks like Far Eastern steppe lands with the cliffs.
Following the creek, if you don't know where you are, you run into like a waterfall. It's just like, how the fuck do I get down there?
Boom. Beta. Slow night. Jeez. I'm only gonna be here for a short time. Maybe so. Maybe so. I think if there was ever a bear, I would. Like, if I ever had a bear encounter, if there was one bear I'd want to encounter, it would probably be a black bear. Honestly. Because they're generally more afraid of humans, aren't they? And if they...
black bears.
I've honestly seen YouTube videos of black bears.
Black bears or brown bears, they're the same bear. It's just like...
Just what their phenotypes are.
Somebody with...
It's just their phenotype, basically, that makes most of the difference.
Yeah, it's like hair color on a human.
Yeah, like, because...
You might have blonde hair, black hair, or white skin or black skin,
whatever. It's just it's just a different phenotype for the most.
You're still a human, you just different hair or skin color.
Oh yeah, same goes with a lot of bears.
Bears you don't want to fuck with.
Oh yeah, that's why I say, like, if there's ever... That's why I'm glad there's not really any grizzlies out here at all. I mean, I'm sure there are if you go in, like, the Cascades.
Our government wants to reintroduce them to the wild here.
I'm sure they were native around here before. I mean, it's not necessarily...
Really, the Indians pretty much killed them all off because they didn't like it.
Well, I mean, I don't know the history of the grizzly, at least around this time, and their time frame of when they receded off. But... I mean,
in the Rockies, it's pretty much, it's too much wilderness. But around here, this was a pretty tame area. As far as the Indians, the native peoples, they pretty much, had it like it is today. You could go out there and
well, it's just a lot more forested. I mean,
grizzly you see, kill it. Even if you don't need to.
Well, that doesn't really sound much like, a lot of the ideas, at least especially with like the Chinook who are around here. I mean, they were a lot more.
Oh, yeah, you respect nature, but it's just like, okay, if the nature comes to kill you, you want to get rid of it.
Well, or at least keep it, away from you and stuff. Ensure that it doesn't stay within your own realms and territories and stuff. Yeah, I mean that's why I mean I don't know. I don't know much about the histories of like grizzlies in the past here, so I can't really speak too much on it. But I mean,
it's not really their habitat.
well, yeah, that's why I kind of assumed. That's why I assumed that they just
So
had
the few that came, and then you could be the brave warrior
that killed the big ones.
If you're in Alaska, the brown bears are grizzlies.
Yeah.
Or Kodiaks.
Kodiak bears, yeah. Yeah, but like I've even seen like YouTube videos
Like
of black bears in like different little neighborhoods, and they'll just walk up to people and sniff them, and just be like, "What are you? Interesting. I'm gonna walk over here and scavenge them."
Giant raccoons.
Yeah, like I've seen YouTube videos of black bears in like rural suburbia, and just walk up to people and just be like, "Hey, what's up? Sniff, sniff. Interesting. I shall now scavenge over here now," and just kind of rummage.
What's the little brown bears? Is brown bears?
Yeah, there's like black bears and brown bears are pretty much like identical cousins almost.
Anyway, we went to the Rocky Mountains one time, back in the day.
Yeah.
That all kind of bears ran around everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a common name. I mean, I've seen a black bear. Well, now they're changing it because of Alaska. The common name brown bear means grizzly up in Alaska.
I've heard like the.
And Kodiak is like a grizzly on steroids. It's a huge grizzly.
Yeah. Well, I thought the Kodiaks were basically the little brown bears, and then the grizzlies were like just their grizzlies over there. Well, maybe I got it flipped. Maybe like the grizzlies there are pretty much more.
The Kodiak and the brown bear in Alaska are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I think Kodiak means a really big
big
bear.
Yeah.
Which would be a grizzly.
And then there's like the grizzlar bears.
Down here, you had brown bears and black bears, which are the same thing. It just depended on the color of their fur. And then you had grizzlies.
Yeah.
Which had the hump.
Yeah, that arc of like, I'm a big motherfucker and I will kill you. Just that arc of just meanness and badness, like, ugh.
Well, yeah, I've seen grizzlies before, but not like in the open wild.
Yeah.
The one I seen was in a bear trap.
I didn't think there were bear traps. I didn't think a grizzly could be contained in one of those. Damn.
I'm glad they can.
Well, no shit.
I definitely needed a short cleaning after that one. I'm just like,
oof.
Oh, there's a bear trap. Because the ranger says, yeah, we trapped a grizzly in the bear trap up the road. Which was on the way out where we're camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, up at Crandall Creek. Lots of... Well, there was that, and I have this other grizzly cover. I never saw it, but it came real close to me.
Whoa.
This one, we stopped. Oh, let's look at the bear. And we look, it's like this huge culvert with an iron gate.
Yeah.
And we walk up, and it's in the far end.
Just in the corner. Yeah.
Well, there's no corners. It's a tube.
Oh, well, in the most corner part of the tube thing you can get to.
At the far end of the tube, and we come up there just like, oh, yeah, cool, grizzly bears. Look at the trap. And it just like, whoa!
It charged.
Right at us. And we're just like, whoa! And the whole trap just like...
Tipped?
It hit the front in front of us, and the whole thing just kind of... I could swear the whole front of that trap was going to pop off. It was such force. And that was one pissed bear.
No shit. Oh, man.
It's like, okay, see the bear, let's go. And this other time I was fishing down at Crandall Creek, and I walked by and just like, bear trap, yeah, those are grizzlies because they have the big ass.
Yeah, I mean, grizzlies have big tracks. They're like damn near like medium-sized dinner plates.
Yeah, black bears have round paw prints.
Yeah, they're just like these tiny little round little things. Yeah.
Well, they can be big.
Oh yeah, I mean, on average they're about, yay.
And you'll see 4 sets of round prints. Grizzly bears, you'll see 2 sets of round prints.
Or the front.
2 sets of long,
Big.
Like a human foot.
Yeah, their hind feet.
Only, an animal track.
Able to kind of give them that extra lunging force because it has like more level to go, whoa, kind of jump out and lunge.
Walk along just like, okay, I might want to be careful. There's a grizzly in this area. Went through the shrub, fished a bit.
It happened to be next to you.
Like about 15 minutes or so. And it's like, there's no fish in this hole. We'll go to the next hole. It's one of those areas you have to go around and then come back down to the hole. And
yeah.
You have to go around and then go back down to the next hole down. And going down to the hole, I saw these grizzly tracks. And then I came back and looked at the tracks. Like 10 or 15 minutes later, walking out of there. And there is a second identical track going the opposite direction. So that bear walked right behind me. It's like 20 feet behind me.
It either didn't notice you or didn't care about you.
See it because of the wells,
yeah.
Scrub. It's like about 8 foot high. This scrub, because you're down on the.
Yeah, from the bank, going down.
You have to go back up into the pine tree area, but. Come back and just like, normally you'd be able to hear it rustling through the scrub, but it's down by the river.
You're hearing the water, yeah.
The constant rapids going.
Either that bear didn't notice you, or noticed you and didn't care.
It probably noticed me and decided to leave.
Yeah, it didn't care. It's like, random thing there, uninterested. Probably stopped
to. The ranger told me, it's like, look for the bear signs, and you want to wear little bells. That way you make noise, so the bears know you're coming. That warns them that you're coming.
Dinner bell. Ding, 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 ding. That's what I imagine when I hear that. Jeez.
He explained the traps, and then he was saying the black bears eat mostly berries, nuts, and that type of stuff.
Yeah, because they're more scavengers.
Will also eat meat.
No, black bears eat meat too.
And if you see the bear poop, you can tell where it comes from, because the black bear poop is.
It's a lot more herbivoric and
with seeds from.
Yeah. Seeds and more like
berries and nuts and stuff, and the. Grizzly bear poop it also has seeds and nuts, but it also has little bells in it.
Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. I already got it right off the bat. Dinner bell. I'm just like, wow. Have a bell on. That alert the bears are coming. Because those grizzlies will be coming to feast. That's funny.
I always like that joke. The grizzly bear has little bells in it. If you're backpacking, you always want to bring stuff to cook with.
Yeah. So you kind of make noise naturally.
One idea is you tie the because they take up lots of room.
Yeah.
You just tie your pots and pans. You don't want lots of them,
enough, the basics.
One pot, one pan.
And a couple cups.
You tie it on the back of your backpack. That way, when you walk, they clang together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pots
and pans together. That way, the bears can. But that's true. You want to make noise.
Oh yeah. Because if you are sneaking around and being quiet, and all of a sudden there's a bear, you're gonna spook that You're gonna spook that little boy.
Yeah, every once in a while you're like, hey bear, hey bear. That way they know you're coming.
It's easy for me because I like
That and
to.
the frickin' wolf. Jeez. Oh no, we don't have wolves in Yellowstone Park. We have to introduce them in this.
Well, naturally, well, they're
No.
like the Tasmanian tiger. They
are
probably are still
already
around.
There. Oh yeah. There's one. I know. This is a wolf.
Well, yeah. Well, I want to talk about I'm making an example of Tasmanian tiger because they think they're extinct, but there's a lot of.
Yeah.
There's been, especially lately, more reports of sightings with them, and
Yeah,
generally.
they're coming back.
Yeah, I don't think they never were extinct. And same thing with Yellowstone. They probably were never entirely killed off. There was probably a few of them.
The wolf up the street? Yeah, we went.
Yeah, down there.
Just like that, only black
And
and bigger.
yeah, that one's tamed. Tamed.
Oh, yeah, that's somebody's pet wolf.
Yeah.
Where?
They're used to. I don't know if the.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure the wolf's not there anymore. I think the guy still lives there. The property hasn't really changed that much. Still has that big fat "Beware of Dog" sign. That I remember when we first kind of went over there and saw that.
Yeah, I put up the beware of wolf.
Yeah.
That said, beware of dog. It's like, oh, what's he have? A little chihuahua that barks a lot, or what? But if you have a sign that says beware of wolf, okay.
Okay. He has a war dog, basically. He has like a tamed war beast. He has just this beast just barely tamed, just ready to unleash.
Like beware of dogs. They're just like, okay, dogs come in all shapes and sizes. Wolves are pretty much one shape and size, big and mean looking.
Big and
Really?
well.
It's a wolf.
Well, like charmingly, like mean looking too, because when they're not like in their mean look, they have like this little like charming face to them. That's just like, I am elegant, and I am a very blissful thing. Just has like they have like this.
And then right after that, I'm just walking along the stream and just like, there's a bunch of puppies playing, big puppies.
Biggins.
They were like German Shepherd sized puppies, but you could tell they're still puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about like a yay tall. And you're just like, yep. Like, what the hell? A bunch of playing puppies. Then we hear this bark. And suddenly all the puppies disappeared into the willow shrubs.
Basically, that was a warning and a go to your little den
We were
all at once.
Walking on the trail, it went down about 20 feet to the willow scrub floodplain area. And,
Yeah.
They were playing down there, and we're up there, and then there's this big sagebrush field before you got to the trees. When you looked over, and it's like 100 feet or so. Huge ass. I mean,
Stood up to here.
shoulder would be about here.
Up to the head would probably be here.
Yeah, the head would probably be about here.
That's like a damn mastiff almost. Jeez, and mastiffs are huge.
Black.
And where was this dog at? A wolf or?
No, it was a wolf.
No, this was like This is one of his
It
stories.
was
The wolf over there was a little smaller
it
and
was back in
very
Montana
friendly.
around Yellowstone Park.
Okay.
In the areas, I forget.
I would love to have a wolf. Honestly, that would be awesome. Just this.
I forget what trail it was, but it was up on one of the trails.
Yeah.
I think it was like up by Mystic Lake or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Or no, it was the trail next to that.
Yeah. I'd love to have a wolf. Honestly.
Anyhow,
Though. Yeah.
there, and it's just like, and this wolf just sitting there, sideways looking at us. And just like, okay, keep walking along the trail, and it just followed us. And the meadow ended with the trees, came in front, so the trail went to where the trees, the meadow, and then went to this end and over. So we're walking along, and the wolf's kind of following us to the trees.
It's probably.
And then we get to where the trail
starts to go out
turns,
towards that
and the wolf
meadow.
disappears, and it's like, shit, we have to walk over there to where the freaking wolf just was.
Yeah, she was definitely guarding territory for sure,
yeah,
though.
she was guarding her pups.
Yeah, so up to a certain point, she's like, they're far enough away to where I should go back.
I'm thinking, okay, we start walking toward where she was, and it's just like, so she, like, went in the trees. She obviously must have circled around back to her pups.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping she would do. So we get there, okay, everything's all fine, and we get into the forest, walking along, and these boneheads with German Shepherd, you could see, there's no ground, anything whatsoever. It's just like looks like some mythical forest, just a whole bunch of really thin trees, like about 30,
just sticking up.
30, 40 feet tall, so it's,
they're all just...
you feel like a flea on a dog's back.
Just very small in this very big area.
It's just nothing but tree. You can't see very far because there's so many trees.
Yeah.
But you can see down the trail because there's no trees on the trail.
Yeah.
And this bonehead, a big old German Shepherd, comes like running at us. It's just like...
After just having to deal with that, oh my god. With that still on your mind...
Like, okay, reach down, pick up a big rock.
Oh.
And then just, because the dog's like, oh, people.
Humans.
Let's
awesome.
And then we see the people walk around the corner. It's just like, and then, then it hits me, German Shepherd.
Human, pet, fine.
People, okay, that's their pet. It's like, drop the water. Okay.
Oh.
And the dog comes up, kind of friendly, then runs back. And they get there, I'm just like, there is a big-ass wolf with puppies right up the trail.
Did everyone else in the group, enforce that?
You might want to, watch your dog. And they just, there isn't any wolves up here. Well, there might not be any other wolves up there, but there's one right back there. I just seen it. Oh, it's probably just a coyote. Coyote. Wolf.
Yeah, seriously, there's a difference.
Brown. Black.
I mean,
no. I was a wolf. It's like, no, well, they don't have wolves here. I'm just like, bullshit. They
naturally were integrating back before they were talking about doing it. Yeah.
That was a wolf.
It'd be kind of cool to own a wolf, though, because they are domesticatable. Or at least you can have a domesticated one raised up. I know... You'd have to have a really big piece of property, though, for them to just roam around and be just wolf-like and just be free and stuff. I mean, we couldn't have one here.
Like that guy up there.
Yeah.
We could have one here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is also so much natural area for it to be around, too.
Well, in the city, you can't let it roam the neighborhood.
Well, no, yeah.
You have to keep it in your yard.
Well, that's what I mean. But I mean, having, double the amount of yardness.
The street had the wolf.
Yeah, but, a lot of yardage. and just, it could, just...
A big yard with a good fence.
Yeah. And plus, since they're so pack-oriented, they'll definitely, stay around.
And they'll bond to you. If that's why you can't have one in the city, because they'll bond to you, but,
they'll treat
the door-to-door salesman comes up and gets mauled by a wolf because he thinks it's an intruder.
Yeah, well, that's why I think that's why it'd be important when it's a pup to, have it out about everywhere. Have it travel around and get used to humans being everywhere. So it's naturally all right, all these other different humans are going to be okay and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which helps domesticate them more.
The main thing you have to worry about is picking a friend. And the guy's wolf up there was real friendly.
Yeah.
Pet it and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of it, some of it's just,
But it might take offense to another dog.
Yeah, I mean, you can never be sure with other dogs. You can't, because you don't know what they're even communicating, even by dog. I mean, wolf by dog would be a little different.
You get Bella coming up to a wolf and start yapping and nipping at it. Bella's dead.
Bella will be.
Really?
Bella will be a
The
fat
whip's
taste.
just gonna be just like
A fat tasty
"Come on,
snack.
bitch."
You are a fat tasty snack. Snack. It would cannibalize that little
If it's
thing.
domesticated, it wouldn't be a snack. It's just like, this thing's annoying. Just like shake it a couple times, throw it away, keep on going.
Yeah.
That thing was annoying.
Yeah. It'd have to be like a certain case to have a wolf here. I mean, with all these pets, it would be impossible. But having just like an equivalent, like a German Shepherd or like a Husky or a Malamute, because they're not big, but they're big. And plus they look kind of like a wolf too, just the way they're shaped and stuff. They have a similar. I mean, all dogs have that similar structure, but I mean.
What a white red husky. It was like some breed of husky. You know, like the blue eyes.
Yeah.
All white.
Yeah, huskies can be all white. Yeah, I've seen some that have kind of like a polka dot look to it.
And they're like one of the Alaskan sled dogs.
Yeah.
That dog's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love those breeds. They're my favorite. Because huskies are like so energetic and so friendly to at least people for sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're.
I'm glad I know enough to speak dog. Just, I can't get the dog in. And just like, oh, come here, just looking at me. So do the,
You kind of, yeah.
Lower your shoulders. That means I want to play. So keep running up to play.
Yeah. I see that with Cooper, my brother's dog, all the time. That's why I'm just like, I'm going to encourage this play, because he just wants nothing but that.
Yeah, you lower your head. It's like, I want to play.
He does it more like, are we going to play? Huh? He has like this look of like, are we? Huh? It's not more like, he doesn't really do that too much. He's just always like this and all like, ooh, are we gonna? He just looks all, he's just so, I love his little flop ears. They just look, I wonder what it would look like if they stood totally up. They would be huge, honestly. Like, golden retriever ears, if they, like, stood up, would be huge. They would, like, because they kind of stick up a little bit, and then there's just they kind of have, like this level slide, but everything
that... bears' ears stuck up a little bit more, they could fly.
I know, right? For real. I mean... Yeah, but with, like, retrievers, I mean, they're huge, honestly. Like, because I kind of looked at them, I'm like, what's your ear look like if I plopped it up here? And it's just like, oh, wow, that's actually a huge-ass ear.
The biggest is like basset hounds.
What?
Basset hounds.
Oh, yeah, those little guys. Well, they're not really that little, but... Or, like, bloodhounds, too. I mean, they got some pretty big ears, too.
Yeah, basset hounds, their ears, like, drag on the ground.
Yeah. Like, I don't. Yeah. I wonder why they. I know it's due to a lack of cartilage, but I wonder if that has any serious effect to their hearing compared to, dogs that have them just kind of stick up. Because obviously they stick up for, a reason, obviously, because it can pick up sounds better.
Yeah.
But I wonder.
Having the ears flop, obviously it's going to block the sound from getting in.
Yeah.
That's a bred trait that humans,
dogs. Yeah. Obviously.
Oh, I want the big cute floppy-eared dog.
I mean, I wonder if for the dogs that have floppy ears like golden retrievers, if their ears are more heightened sensory aware because of that, like over time, like, oh, we can't hear as much, we need to heighten, over time.
Bell and Bear, when they get interested,
they can flip them up. Yeah, they can actually control them a little bit.
Oh, you look like Batman.
Yeah, I mean, for them, they can actually control it a little bit, but so I don't think we'd see that in them. But for like ones that can't at all, and they're just
like a basset hound.
Yeah, like retrievers too. Like I can tell he has control, but up to a point, and then they just, it's like they were half there, but they're not, and then the flop just kind of either it's like over here, like up here, or it's like whoop, like a wall, just like this, and just creates this little funny shape. This is like, oh.
And we're at a collie which has ears that stick up the one ear.
Huh.
They've got something in its ear and a flop, or like these poor cats. And
Yeah.
Squeakers and Curly. They got a bad case of wrinkle ear.
Damn. Yeah. Especially Cleo. She has like a.
And Curly's gotten real bad.
Yeah.
And I just found they hid the eardrops underneath the ottoman. You're gonna have to give them eardrops again.
Funny.
So where'd the eardrops go? Oh, I can't find the eardrops. I need eardrops.
That's amusing.
Yeah. At least keep up on Bandit so he doesn't get wrinkle ear.
Yeah. And he seems to be a pretty healthy kitty for the most part too. Plump, happy. The only thing he seems to get irked with is just scratching himself every now and then.
Yeah.
He just goes like, ah!
And then get the ear mics or whatever. So
Yeah.
give them drops.
We gotta find it. We gotta figure out how to like get rid of those things on him. That seems to have affected all
I'm
the.
just worried about like beggars and Little Miss Big Meow.
Yeah, I mean they have. Yeah, so I mean,
I can't give them eardrops.
I can. Yeah, I can give mine though.
Yeah, you can take care of Little Miss Big Meow.
Little Miss Big. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so far she hasn't really. I haven't seen anything different.
That's her official Indian name, Little Miss Big Meow.
Little Miss Big Meow.
Kind of like Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That-
Dances with Wolves, that was a little wolf.
Mm.
The guy was
Looking at throughout the whole film. Yeah. I kind of watched that film again. Honestly, that was a good movie. That I haven't seen in a long time. I've only seen it like twice.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And crap.
I haven't seen it enough times for me to make that consensus, and I think it would be one of my favorite movies, though.
Legends of the Fall is also a good one.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Legends of the Fall?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I heard of it though, but I haven't seen Legends of the Fall. Though I've heard about it a lot.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite movies.
Oof.
It's a big, kind of like Titanic or something.
Yeah, like a big
it's
epic.
This long epic movie. But
I love long epic movies though, that are good and can intrigue me in that way. Damn it, Joe, what are you doing?
About these brothers, and one's a rebel and the other's serious. And they go out, and this one's gonna marry this girl. And they go off to World War I, and they live in CFE, Montana.
Yeah.
So they go off to Europe, and the one brother gets killed. So you have the serious one and the rebel that come back.
Oh, I remember this. I think I've seen clips of it.
What
I haven't
is it
seen the
for?
full movie, but I've seen bits of it. It's coming to me now.
And then they're both, so the girl is going to marry, kind of like stays on at the ranch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're both trying to get her affection. And they have it, the help there is this Indian chief. So the rebel calls him, and then the serious guy goes back to Butte or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Or to Helena. And gets into politics and everything.
Yeah. Just basically kind of starts getting into like the local.
Yeah, and he ends up taking care of the girl. She ends up, the whole Greek tragedy, she ends up killing herself. And, they all end up dying.
Damn.
Except for the rebel, well, in D&D terms, the lawful guy and the chaotic guy. The lawful guy ends up, staying there.
Yeah.
Take down, they get in a war with moonshine and stuff.
Yeah, start doing the moonshine. Yeah, I remember some bits and part of the plot. There's some things that I don't remember about it, but there's a lot I'm starting to remember of.
Indian girl that was there with the chief. I think it might have been his daughter or something.
We need to check in on you, boy. See how you
Because
are.
the cops stopped.
Oh, pretty good.
because their like rival moonshine.
Yeah, rival moonshiner gang going on. Yeah, that was a big thing, especially during the Prohibition.
And the one cop shoots up a cliff above him, and it ricochet kills her.
Yeah, I remember that
one
scene.
guy's wife.
I remember that scene. And then he got all like, and then shit like got crazy after that point. And some shit went down.
Beats the shit out of the cop, and
Yeah.
then goes to jail for a while. And then when he gets out, they take out the rival gang.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I haven't seen the full movie, but I've seen bits of it because I remember seeing the ending.
With the rifle, you know, it had sort of the one cop that did the shooting. He's like driving a car, and one guy's just like,
yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with my car? All of a sudden, oh, shit. You know, from like 500 yards out, or something, you know, like a sniper shot, you know, sniper assassination.
Yeah, some covert shit.
He's like trying to run and hide or something. It's boom.
Damn.
Dead. And the whole thing is told, you know, narrated and told by the Indian chief. And that was there on the ranch.
Yeah.
You know, helping him out.
Yeah, I remember some bits of the film, but I haven't seen the full movie of it. That's why I said I initially heard of it.
And, you know, the very end, it's like, oh, they say he died in the, or whatever, you know, shows him, you know, in a fight with this big old grizzly bear, you know, knife.
Yeah.
Bear.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was a good death.
Well, shit. I mean, you know, like.
You know, some old guy fighting a bear with a knife.
Well, shit. You know, like, hell, that'd be a decent way to go.
Not really, but it'd be.
Well.
An honorable, brave way to go.
That's what I mean. Like when people discover you, like, fought off a bear with a knife, failed, you're probably going to happen anyway, but tried at least, and...
It'd be much better if you found the dead bear next to dead you.
That would be, yeah.
You both said they're dead. There's a bear, there's you with a knife.
Yeah, and the knife is, like, stuck in the jugular, and you're still holding on to it, and you're just like... You're just, like, sprawled over the bear, just like, at least I'm going to have
a... The bear has a whole bunch of knife wounds, and the person has a whole bunch of bear wounds. It's like, oh, that was a fight to the death.
For both ends. Respect to that. I mean...
That bear should have known better than to attack that gnarly old dude.
That crazy grizzly old bastard. He still was able to kill even when he was dying. You know someone's a badass when he's able to, like, fend off, you know, some shit even when they're dying. And they're still, like, fighting off.
Yeah,
like, I still got fighting me, you son of a bitch, even if it's the last breath I make.
I don't understand why, you know, like in the Holocaust where they're just shooting everybody. I'm just like, well, I'm going to die anyway. I'm going to get up and fight. You know, I might take one or two of them out. It doesn't matter. I'm going to die.
I mean, there was a lot of factors with that. I mean...
Or a shooter. Like the guy, that nut job in New Zealand, he killed a whole bunch of people at one mosque, and he went to a second mosque, and he only killed a few people because one person came at him. You know, unarmed, just came at him to attack him. You know, whatever, he could punch him in the face, whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, the guy that came at him died, but he saved a whole bunch of, you know, that guy's a hero.
I mean, sure. Or at least, yeah, because I remember hearing a lot of reports of that happen. I mean, that video is out there. I haven't seen it, but...
In a shooting situation, if everyone did that, you know, it's kind of like the bug's life, you know, all the ants getting up on the grasshoppers. It's like...
I mean, it's...
Yeah, they're much weaker than us, you know, like some guy walking into a mall or a church or a school or whatever.
I mean, there's just too many factors that happen. I mean, it's such a heat of a moment.
Everyone came at him, you know, he's screwed.
I mean, it's such a heat of a moment, and if that happening, I mean, most people are just go to flight mode, which, I mean, fuck, I would, honestly, at that point. I mean,
that's your initial reaction, but if you sit there and think a second, wait a second, the only problem is if you go to attack, you're the only guy attacking, you're not going to do a whole lot of good. But if everyone attacks, so you're going to do a lot of good. You might get a few of you, but a whole lot less than if you're all hiding behind something and he's walking around picking you all off.
I mean, in such a moment, you don't really have much of a chance to have a moment to really think, considering the chaos of that in that specific scenario, at least. But I mean, you know, it is a lot more easier to think of the hypothetical of what we would do, but realistically, I mean, at least I would see myself not be able to like stop and think for a second in such a chaotic moment. I'd have to like get to safety first, and then at that point, I ain't going back over there to, you know, risk my skin for pretty much what's, you know, for atrocity that already has been done at that point. But I mean, dude was still apprehended at least. But yeah, what were we talking about earlier? And the great will to legalize organically grown tobacco. The green, legalized, beautiful, totally not illegally, federally, totally not marijuana, French, legal tobacco. I love all the synonyms for marijuana. Did you get it?
Yeah, at this point, the national government should just say it's up to the states.
I mean, that's kind of... I mean, that's...
Technically, marijuana is still illegal.
Yeah, Schedule 1. Yeah.
It's just in the state of Oregon, they voted to not enforce it,
Yeah.
to make it legal.
Yeah, recreationally, yeah. To allow that type of thing. They just allow, you know, just basic, you know, taxation, just a very small taxation, and, you know, just some simple regulations just so people, you know, aren't getting like 50 pounds to resell it or whatever.
Nationally, you know, don't say it's legal.
Just decriminalize it naturally, and then let states just go recreationally on that.
States decide whether they want to make it legal or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for that. I mean, that's my starting point for sure.
There's still areas in this country where alcohol is illegal.
Yeah, there's dry counties and shit, which is still kind of fucking ridiculous.
I can't believe where they make Jack Daniels as a dry county.
Oh my god, you are fucking kidding me.
No.
What the fuck?
If you visit
that what? Wow, the hypocrisy of that! Oh my god!
If you visit the Jack Daniels distillery,
you can't drink any of it, dude.
You can't have a sample because it's illegal.
Oh, I know there are sneaking samples. There's no way they're just not sampling that.
Tour, you know, if you take the tour, at the end of the tour, where you get picked up and dropped off is in the next county over. So when you go to get dropped off, you get your sample.
See, clever. See, there is always going to be a way to. There's always going to be loopholes to prohibition and shit. That's why it's just ridiculous.
And then, you know, you get your.
Hence why it never works. I mean, it's just like Jack Daniels found a way to like, hey, we have this factory in a dry county. They found a way to lobby so they were able to at least get the counties there drawn out so it's perfectly aligned to how they can do that. So
they could make it.
Or they just built their factory in such a perfect little spot to where they can do that. One or the other had to have been the case.
It's not illegal to produce it. You know,
it's just, it's so weird.
Since before Prohibition, and then after Prohibition, they quote, started producing Jack Daniels again.
Quote unquote. Quote unquote, reintroduced Jack Daniels. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, that's why, you know, like, at least that's why I feel like, you know, just, you know, at least on a federal standard, having it legalized is just better, but...
That's why they have cruise ships now. Because this one guy had
a big, like, at the time, like, what would be considered a cruise ship?
cruise ship lines, and during the Depression, you couldn't make money because people weren't taking cruises anymore.
Mm.
You know, it used to be, you know, and then they were having different.
Probably
modes
that
of
open.
You know, like
Huh? Probably leave it
was
open.
coming into, you know, being popular.
Yeah.
You know, and all that. So then the guy figured out, well, we'll just have a cruise that's goes nowhere, 3 miles off the coast of New York.
Or have like a tour of the East Coast, 3 miles out or something.
Other large
I'll be all right.
And the cruise ship would come in, you know, pick up all the people, go out, just sit like 3.5 miles out, you know, beyond the 3 mile limit, and people would party and get drunk all weekend, and then you drive them back or sail them back.
So basically, make the tickets cheap as shit, and basically put all of your investment into the booze and party hard.
You buy your tickets for the cruise.
Again, there's always going to be loopholes against like prohibition.
But
that's not what I love about
it.
it.
They just take you out. I think the ship had to stay out there, so they ferry you out to the ship.
Yeah, and then that's what I'm thinking. They probably did like little East Coast trips, you know, go up and down the coast for a little bit.
Now it's like the Princess Line or something. I forget. It was like Mysteries at the Museum.
I'd nickname it the Speakeasy Line or something.
Yeah.
The Speakeasy Cruise.
But it's just like,
want to be like an old speakeasy? Come to our cruise where you're 3.5 miles out and you're sitting there.
I have this company and all these great big ass ships, you know, they're luxury liners, you know, for the day, you know, like back in the Titanic days. And they have huge ass ships.
Just reconvert them into super fat bars and just.
I'll just park them, load them up with booze.
Make them basically floating super bars.
Yeah.
Like super bars that are huge and float. Pretty, and you know, yeah, I mean, seriously,
like all the casinos.
Have a little casino, yeah.
Louisiana. Like,
perfect. Man, that's awesome.
They get by because you can't run a casino in Louisiana, but you can get by that if you're on the water.
Floating casinos.
And there it's not.
Yeah, especially not.
And there it's not like 3 miles out. It's at the dock.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That's even better.
Land, water.
Yeah, Lake Charles.
Casino.
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
A casino could just buy a big ass boat and just call that their casino. Yeah, they don't have to buy a building.
They park it at the dock.
Genius! I love it.
You have to put a building
That's even better. That's even better. They don't have to go anywhere. Awesome. Oh, I thought you were saying they have to be in international waters or some shit, and I'm like, oh. But I'm just like, but you said
loophole in the state law.
You
can just walk out on the dock as long as it's floating in the water. It's not subject to the casino law.
Oh my God! You know it's because politicians like, you know, I still want to gamble, but I don't want to go to fucking Mississippi because their casinos suck. Let's write a little loophole in this.
Wait, they have them.
You know, that's exactly.
No, on the Mississippi River, they have a bunch of casinos.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Even on imagine just a lake, and then just like a good chunk of it is just supported by a fucking.
Like the Robert E. Lee in St. Louis, Missouri is a floating. You know, they have casino games.
Oh my!
A restaurant, and they do tours. I mean, it's not a casino, but
you can. But legally, you're able to gamble because of the loopholes and shit.
And then usually it's just parked right there by the arch. You know, when I was a little kid, I went there.
Yeah.
And had dinner there.
Oh.
And
nice.
just, but they do cruisers. I think like on, you know, Friday and Saturday night or something like that.
Yeah.
Or during the day, you know, they'll take you on a trip up and down the river. Yeah, I think it's during the day they'll do trips up and down the river, but at night they just park it there and it's a restaurant.
Awesome.
And then you can also gamble and do whatever.
That's awesome. That's just awesome.
Yeah, the Robert E. Lee, that was cool.
See, that concept should have just spread. That should have been more. I felt like
it'd go up to the arch. That thing was kind of cool. They had to go back at the time. It was a real innovative elevator that went up to the top of the arch.
Huh. Interesting. Amazing! Exactly, dude. It's amazing.
It sucked. I took a bunch of pictures, and all I got was a reflection of my camera.
What's sad?
Damn, what a bummer.
You know, looking over St. Louis and everything.
Damn. That'd actually make for a really interesting Photoshop, you know, today if you found those photos. Just have like St. Louis and then like just the camera looking over, just do some minor editing and then have it look like his fat camera just hovering.
No, it looks like, well, you basically can't see anything but a reflection of me taking a picture.
Oh.
Yeah, I might as well be taking a picture in a mirror. Well, you can tell it's not a mirror, it's a piece of glass.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of grayish, except for, you know, it fades out, you know, to my face. And, you know, because I was sticking the camera real close to the glass, so pretty much all you're getting is the front of the camera.
Damn.
The front of the camera, all out of focus and everything.
Oh. Damn. I hate when I get picture. Like, it looks like I have a good picture, take it, go back, and it ends up being total shit. And it's like, ah! At least nowadays I could just go back and retake it, but back then, it just was one-time thing.
Which bummed me out, but then there wasn't anything real impressive about the skyline of St. Louis except for the arch.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot to take a picture of, but, you know, it's cool, you know, looking at the skyscrapers on. And
Oh, yeah.
nothing real significant other than the arch, and I was in the arch. So
I didn't even know you could go in the arch, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you go up to the top. They had the elevators where you get in and sit down, so you get like 3 or 4 people, you know, facing each other. You know, like in a bus or something.
Yeah.
With the seats.
Just face, yeah.
So you're facing each other. You know, it's a round elevator, so you get in, you sit down. And as it goes up,
it just stays level.
It stays level, so it turns.
Yeah.
You know, because if it were like a normal elevator,
it would just start going sideways.
When you got
That'd be kind of cool. Be strapped in, and you have to go sideways,
but
and you have this whole.
It was, you know, just done pretty much by gravity.
Yeah.
Like, so the bottom is always down.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which at the time was like high-tech stuff. You know?
Yeah, nowadays
Back
that's
in
just
1960, whenever it was.
Yeah, back now it's just like, oh, that's cool. But back then it's like, whoa, this intense, crazy shit.
When was it? It was before '69. I went to see Nana and Grandpa Doc. They were living in St. Louis at the time. Later, they moved out to the farm in Humiston. Which side's the fucking floods? Means less money for the farm check next year. Because everything's getting flooded.
Yeah. The floods caused a bad harvesting season.
Well, at least that farm's like up on top of a hill.
That's good at least. Kind of like we're on kind of on top of a little bit of a hill.
It's not down by a river. Bill Humiston is. I don't think there's a river anywhere near Humiston. Little creeks and farm ponds everywhere, but I don't recall there being a river anywhere remotely close to there.
Yeah. We have kind of the same stuff here. A lot of little pondlets everywhere. Little lakelets.
Oh, not like Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously not like Iowa.
Canada, yeah, if you go like during hunting season, all the ponds are pretty much dry.
Yeah, just little dry little pond beds.
You have a dam and a mud flat.
Yeah. Yeah, because over here we have like
all kinds of areas just like
I know
there should be a big river and there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
You get they're called coulees, but where you get the where it rains and you can see where it made like a little track through the
but it's just a dry riverbed at that point.
Yeah, it wash out in the dirt.
Yeah.
Only huge.
Huh. So actually, it's a funny story related. That's actually kind of related to something like that I've heard from before. Like during World War II, there was these German POWs. I think it was in like New Mexico or something like that. And one of them was able to find a map and draw of the local area, and they saw a little river nearby. So they were thinking they can make an escape plan, and they knew they were in America and stuff. They were just like, well, at this point, we'll just have to start our new lives or something like that. I'm not sure that's what they were assuming at that point. I mean, there's no way to go back to Germany at that point, but...
Yeah, Germany's a long trek from them.
Yeah, so that's what I would assume is they would just have new identities and just start new lives or something like that. Just go their separate ways or something. But...
There's lots of German sympathizers, too.
That too, yeah.
World War II.
Yeah, there was even Germans during like the 30s who went back to Germany because they were sympathetic to the idea. So I mean, that definitely was a thing. But so they managed to escape and sneak out, and then they went over to this river where they were gonna makeshift some canoes and just go down river and escape. And by the time they went down there, it was a dry riverbed. So they just kind of sat there clueless, unsure of what to do. They were just like, well, we can't really make canoes and get out of here. We can't really go downstream because there is no fucking stream. We can't go upstream because there ain't nothing there.
There's a stream, there's just the water in it.
Yeah, it's just like, well, so by this point, the guards realized the prisoners were missing.
You got a little pool here, you go a couple hundred feet, there's another little pool.
Basically, yeah. I mean, at that point, they were just like, and by this point, the guards knew that they had escaped, so they started going search for them. So basically, they just kind of sat it and waited there until they were caught. And, yeah,
that's sad.
It really is, though. You know, I give them a B for effort. I give them that. I give them the effort for at least going all the way there, and then they're like, well, shit. Our whole plan is foiled because the river that was marked on this map isn't even here right now. It's just like, oh, well.
It's there. It just doesn't have any
Yeah. It's just not here right now because it's dry. It's like, oh, well, shit. I mean, if I were them, I'm like, well, we can at least go down that way and just start walking and hopefully we don't get caught. And if we do, well, shit. But yeah, it's kind of funny, though. I mean, I'm sure at that point, the guards are like, well, you guys kind of done fucked up a little bit, didn't you? What were you all even going to do? It's just like, you know.
You can't see some of those. There's a big flat area, and you'll be walking along, all of a sudden, shit, it's like a baby Grand Canyon type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck am I going to get across this?
It's for real, right? Yeah.
So you have to walk upstream, and then pretty soon, there's an area where, there's a waterfall, just like,
yeah.
So you walk around. Well, it's better than climbing up and down cliffs.
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, but I think of what happened afterwards. They were just sent back and they didn't try
it's
again.
Great for deer hunting because you can get in one of those and walk up.
Yeah.
And, get close to the deer because you'll be in the bottom of the coulee.
Mm-hmm.
See it.
Yeah.
You poke your head up. It's like, dang it, and they grazed like 600 yards further over that way. Damn.
Damn.
Hate that.
There's actually another funny World War II prison escape story. This is actually Jackson Churchill, Winston's brother. And this guy's famous for literally going to combat with a fucking longbow. He literally fought Germans with a longbow. I'm not kidding. I'm actually serious. This guy.
Imagine being a German soldier in World War II. Also, what the arrow? What the fuck?
Seriously though, it's like, what happened? Did I get transported back into like the 1200 AD? Whoa.
Well, you think even like think about World War I with the trenches and everything. If you just got instead of shooting, waiting for somebody's head to pop up, you just kind of like got it. Everyone get a ball and just like. So that people will be in the trenches all of a sudden. All these arrows.
Yeah, a very primitive tech. It's very primitive tech, but it is effective.
Look how good the Ewoks did against.
Okay, to be fair, that is a little ridiculous, but yes, that is a fair point. Go back to bed. Ever since day, I'll be seeing tomorrow. Well, will do.
In fact, when white men first came over here, using muskets, the Indians were much more well armed.
They could.
Arrow was much more accurate. Definitely.
And plus, you could just. Plus, there's a higher fire rate. A musket, like a good musket man, can probably load and shoot a musket like 3 times in a minute. A good one. Like an average one's probably like 1 or 2.
Yeah, you don't want to shoot that.
And under combat, even a good one probably would get 1 or 2 shots out. So, and that just depends on the that specific combat scenario.
Before you have bayonets, you have a whole line of people. They all shoot.
And also, there was the advanced fire too.
It takes so long to load it.
There's also the advanced fire, fire in advance.
Stab.
Yeah, there's also the fire in advance where the first row will fire, they'll kneel, and then the second row will walk up, and then the first row, and then the third row will become the second row, and however many rows they'll just condense. Yeah, and then the first row will be reloading, second row will fire, and then they'll
down, load up, and then the second row would walk in front of them, fire, kneel down, load up.
Yeah, if you wanted your first volley to be very big, have the first row kneel, and then they fire with the second row, and then you have like double the fire, and then they both reload, and then you have 2 rows walk up and do the same thing. If you want to have like a double volley, but it's a fire in advance tactic where you can at least you have a consistent volley going on, and then once the first row is done reloading, they will just be they'll follow up back again when the rows keep circulating and shit.
Yeah, the whole idea behind this game, the Natnam class Super Dreadnought missile ship.
Oh my god.
I figure it's like a tube. And then you have all the missiles pointing in one direction, so it just fires one volley. And then, being in space, the momentum will start to make a turn.
Yeah.
And then the next volley fires, and then it just keeps going faster. It turns faster and faster and faster.
Eventually, it just keeps going. It's just it's just a wasp swarm of just.
Yeah, missiles coming at you.
Oh my god.
Faster and faster, it just gets more and more intense. It's like, shit, what the fuck?
Damn, that'd be intense. There have to be a lot of different like counter ingenuities going on to keep that thing stabilized during all that shit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is really actually, in the game you couldn't fire faster, but then I learned, okay, this is my, because I used to do lots of advanced ships and all this other stuff. I'm just like, okay, I'm getting the cheap shit. Because that's a real inexpensive ship to build.
I like to do a mix. Like,
well, it is expensive, but I did, I used to do a whole bunch of mixes, and my friend always kicked my ass, and I found I got to figure out a way to get by all this stuff, and then I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to get all these super big ships and just nail them with rockets.
That's what...
huge missile ships. And they'll just sit out of range of all the powerful laser weapons. And it usually had a good mix. I'd fire some rockets and then move in and get nailed,
They
put up a good
This
fight,
sounds a lot like
still,
Stellaris, too, which is, this...
And then I figured, no, I'll just get the smallest, fastest, cheapest shit.
To swarm the shit.
Powerful, it's called a force beam.
Yeah.
It's like a kinetic fist.
Basically,
It did pretty much, you had to get in real close for it to do any good
Effect,
whatsoever.
yeah, because the
But
kinetic
if
energy
you
will
got
eventually
real
be
close,
lessened over time, yeah.
It would do a shitload of damage
Oof.
if you got it close enough.
Yeah.
So I'm just, and the way you play the game is you just, you have everything written down on paper. I'm just like, okay, I have my shields, my armor, all my engines, my force speed. That's what you have to work with. I did it in that order. So the last thing that gets blown up is the weapon. So you can have a ship with nothing left except the weapon floating out there.
Damn.
So you have to completely destroy the entire ship. It's fairly easy to do, but they're very small, cheap, maneuverable, fast.
And they're everywhere.
And there's a whole lot of them. And then the big guys are way
the hell out there.
Way back, out of range, throwing missiles at you constantly.
Yeah, there's this game Stellaris.
The first time I did this, and I put my ships on the map, and he's just like, kind of just like, oh, okay, what the hell? Because you can't tell what the other guy has for weapons or anything.
Yeah, you just can tell what's going on.
You can just tell what kind of ships. You usually have a good mixture of ships. And then I came out with this fleet. It's just like, a whole bunch of super dreadnoughts and escorts. The small ships and the biggest ships. Nothing else but. And all my little guys just immediately straight at him. And he was sitting there messing with those guys, trying to shoot them down, because they're coming straight at him. And my big guys were just sitting back there out of range, firing missiles at him. He's just
awesome.
Like,
that is awesome.
And my little guys just shredded him. And then whatever was left, it was being picked off by the missiles.
Oh, that's awesome. Yo, what up? Hey, what's up, Stefan? What do?
Like, oh, crap.
Yeah, there's this game Stellaris that sounds a lot like this, but it's on the computer.
It was at Starfire. Yeah, we can find Starfire and Stolen Conquest. Oh, in Starfire you had like war points. Suddenly appear on the map. And you can time it. So I had, I think I just had everyone show up at once, You can say, okay, I'm going to wait for these guys to show up until, you can say, okay, I'll send my little guys into battle first, and then the big guys will show up after them. Fuck up, everyone's going all at once.
Yeah, seriously. Just send them all out. Yeah, and with Stellaris, it's pretty much like a very similar concept when it comes to space battles. Like, you can customize your own ships and what weapons they could be on there, from kinetic, even nuclear too, or laser and stuff like that.
Yeah, my friend did that a couple of times, timed it, but I'm just like, I'll just the whole fleet will show up at once.
Yeah.
I mean, there can be strategic advantages to that, but it just, in the game, you're rolling dice and moving little cardboard around the map, basically, to play the game.
Yeah, this one's pretty much that, but just advanced, basically. It's a whole galaxy.
You like the big surprise or something like that, but then you find out the big surprise is when your big surprise gets there, the rest of your fleet's been wiped out.
Yeah.
So you only have so much.
Yeah, there's.
You want to get everything going.
Yeah, there was this. Because this one game I had going on in Stellaris, I had this kind of like a United Federation of Planets-esque style thing going on, and I was at war with this warring empire that I've been consistently fighting with, who's been on par with me the entire time. It was really annoying, honestly. I was starting to get a little fed up of these guys by this point. So I sent a large fleet over, and what I did was pretty much somewhat like that. I sent little destroyers and little I think they were also called escorts too, or they're called corvettes actually. The little starter ships are corvettes. Yeah.
In this game, you could build your own ships.
Yeah, same premise. You have when you first upgrade to hey, you can now start building a new ship or whatever, it will give you like a starter class, but you can build your own ship from there.
You each get
I just deleted it and just start a new.
You get a certain amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in this, it's not just money, but it's also resources, manpower, like galactic, everything plays a super major factor in the game. Like, it's a pretty super intense game from like the production to like, because you can't just build like 50 like little Corvettes all at once and just be like, oh, we're good. Like, I mean, there's so much that gets. It's pretty complex of a game, but I love it.
I DM'd the whole Starfire universe.
Ooh. I want to honestly do like.
Which you start, in the game you start out, then you discovered the warp points.
Ooh.
And then, so you start the game, okay, here's your planet, you get this much production, which is giving you this much money.
Yeah, and this much ability to
you
do this stuff. Yeah.
You're basically at rock bottom technology. It's like, okay, you just entered the
That's
space.
like how Stellaris starts. When you first start becoming intergalactic and able to start the ability to actually build like a...
Yeah, you have your homeworld, like Earth, and
yeah.
you have a couple colonies like Mars and Celibate or something else, but you keep getting...
I mean, this game starts even a little bit more primitive than that. You have to discover everything about your solar system in this game first before you can really start going out.
Then you discover, this is the game I wrote,
yeah.
The universe I wrote for GM, then you discover that there's a wormhole.
Ooh.
That's the way, or a warp point.
Yeah.
That's where the pirates are coming from. They're coming through this world, because you can never find the pirates. So the game starts, you've discovered them, and you have the pirate solar system. So that's your first thing, is you have to
go into that
and take over the pirate solar system, and in there you have a whole bunch of wormholes to leave.
Yeah.
And you can choose which one. Each one. In fact, my friend went through one, and there's this huge, like, super force, just like trucking through, creeping through space real slow.
Damn.
Just like, oh, lucky bastard, he discovered the best one. And he freaks out, turns around, and leaves, because these guys are friends.
Yeah.
Because where they're coming from, they don't have any, wormhole warp points.
Uh-oh.
So they're super technologically advanced. So they're dragging through space an artificial wormhole, so that they have to set one up on both sides.
Yeah.
So they're dragging one to another system so they can set it up. But they're fighting an enemy, which are, I'm thinking of like ants or the Borg or something. And
yeah,
they don't
a hive mind.
Technology, they have rock bottom technology, but there's just so damn many of them, and they're wiping these guys out.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like at the top of the technology. They pretty much have all the technology.
And collecting more as they grow.
But they come there, it looks like just like, a whole shitload of super dreadnoughts, and you just have this little teeny ship. Or a couple, whatever you send through, a scout ship or, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, fuck, and he turns around, runs away, and doesn't ever want to go back. And I'm sitting there thinking, because I can't tell him, oh, that's the best one you could have got, I wanted to, but I'm just like, because I'm thinking, well, at least, don't fire on him, but go up and say hello,
Mm-hmm.
See what's up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm getting out of here before they see me.
Too much of a pussy. To be what he is.
But it's a good thing because it'll give you bonuses on your technological advances. You can advance much quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of weird worlds, and different civilizations you can find. In fact, I have another I incorporated, it's not in the usual game, but these people, they have a ship, and every move they make across the map, they lose one engine, and they live in the sun. So instead of having a habitable planet, they're actually an intelligent civilization that lives inside, on a sun. So when
Like
they
a
launch
Dyson
out
sphere
ship,
type of
it can
thing?
only go so far because it's like a chunk of sun.
Yeah.
It'll come out and shoot little sun balls at you.
Oh my god. Harness the sun's
Then
energy
it
with
has
like
to
some
sit around
Dyson sphere.
and get back in because you shoot it. It's just like you look at it. It's just like a whole shitload of engines on paper.
Yeah.
But each move it makes, it loses an engine. Or if you hit it, it loses an engine.
Yeah.
Too, and it depends on how much damage your weapon does to it. But it has to turn around and get back to the sun before it runs out, or it can keep going and just die out.
Yeah.
That's a bad system to find.
Yeah, that sounds shitty.
It's just like, you run away, they can't chase you too far, but they do a whole lot of damage to you if they get close enough to fire at you.
Because it's basically harnessed energy of the sun and shit, yeah. What up? What do, Stefan? What you be doing, boy? What you doing?
Yeah, but there's some that will go past. There's the E, I forget, it's like an energy. Like an energy weapon, and it'll knock out your shields. It'll leave your armor standing, but everything that requires power, it will start to it'll destroy that. There's a primary that you roll the dice, and it goes past your shields and your armor, but it'll dig into your ship and take out one system, so you roll the dice, like 1 through 6, and go that far in and knock that out. It's like a powerful little laser. I like the force beam. It's like a kinetic ball of energy.
Saving in the last minutes of spring break. Oh, for real, right? I don't really have one.
The link was always a good technology to get. And to see which went between the armor and everything else. Or did it go between the shields and the armor? I forget. But it links ships together because you take turns firing. Okay, you fire one ship, and the other guy fires a ship, and you fire a ship, and you fire a ship. But with the data link, you can fire 3 ships at once.
Yeah, because...
Especially with, like, rockets and missiles.
Oh, yeah.
That's your first technology. You have a gun and a laser. And rockets.
No shields?
Yeah, you have shields.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, I can't be like, number 1, forward all the shields.
You get shields and armor and engines and hulls.
Just the basics and shit.
And you can get anti-missiles, and then you get you can take freighters and make them into aircraft carriers or fighters.
Ooh.
Fighters are good.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's a cool little...
There's 3 games. The first game is like World War I, where you have people shooting at it. In the second game, you get fighters.
Yeah.
And then in the third game, it incorporates...
oh, damn, that was my stomach. Holy shit.
The whole economic war machine into it. The first
with the
2
war,
games,
yeah, with like a war economy.
Ships and everything, but they have battles that you fight. So it's just like, okay, you get these ships and you get these ships. Here's the battle, and they each have their advantages and disadvantages. You just kind of have to figure out. And my bonehead friend, no matter what, he'd always win because he's like the best. He'd make one of the world's best generals.
Damn.
Squarehead. The German guy.
Hey, Germans are known for having great generals.
He'd be a great general, but like when I put all the little fighters and the missile dreadnoughts against him, after a couple of moves, he just realized, oh, I'm screwed. He didn't say, I could just see the look on his face after a while. He just like,
Damn.
oh, fuck.
Oh, lol. The Guardian had a ridiculous editorial dubbing the damn frontrunners of Burn. Beto and Biden, the B team, and calling for a minority that to heed the nominee just for the sake of it. Oh my god. What? Well, they're dumb. They're ridiculous.
And the thing that really sucks about playing that guy is no matter what game, if it involved dice,
He would like win it.
You cheat.
no, not so much. He could roll good. I mean, he could sometimes, but it's just like a mental power. Whenever you're rolling against him, you always sucked.
Damn.
You came up snake eyes.
Wow.
You know, so it doesn't matter what he has, but whenever you're rolling against him, it's just like, really?
You somehow it's just like you just suck.
I lost a planet once and just like, okay, don't want my fleet to get destroyed, but I have a force ring around my planet, which he can destroy.
Much better. Oh my god.
I'm going to move most of my fleet out and leave a couple of ships, which should have been like, you know, to roll a whole bunch of dice and, you know, like try to get like a 1 or a 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with like 10 dice or something like that. Didn't do it.
Damn.
Planet was wiped off the map. I'm just like, shit, you gotta be shitting me.
Wow, that's just brutal. Brutal. Also, Britain's going for a full shit show. I don't know what's going on over there, honestly. Guess I'll have to figure it out tomorrow.
But it's, well, it's not that very game, but it's a different game. He kept getting me, and I'm just like, you know, it's a Stellar Conquest instead of Starfire.
Yeah.
But that gave you conquer systems. You know, you don't have the tactical battles. It's just like, okay, here's all you guys, roll the dice. Okay, take your ships off the map instead of marking down all the damage. You know, stuff like that. Then you actually have to fly across the solar, across the, you know, galaxy, universe, whatever. Go from star to star.
Mm-hmm.
Explore, colonize.
Yeah.
But in the end of the game, it's just like, okay, you add up your score, and then I'm just like, okay, you know, he has real powerful plans because he went for the mining and the industry. So, and I'm just like, I can't find any good natural metallization
resources.
Yeah,
which is a major factor for building.
All I'm finding is like Terran and sub-Terran planets. I'm just like, well, I build a lot of people, and I'm just like, wait a second, that's all that's like. You know, build force screen, you know, 4th turn, go down, drop on a planet, you know, 20 people, you know, $20, which is exactly enough to build a force screen around it.
Yeah.
And I let all my, you know, like spores, I got a bunch of plants and just let them fester. And then the last turn in the game, everything that wasn't colonized. Because sub-Terran planets aren't worth a lot. But if you have all of them...
Yeah. Then they could be worth a pretty good amount.
You know, the last term in the game before you tallied it up, you know, I put my fleets out, you know, you couldn't see what they were.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just... You know, they're upside down, and you know, unless they're on a planet, you can send a ship in, and you can decide to either retreat or attack when you came in. I forget. I'm not sure if. I think if you come in, you get one shot, and the people there can either fire back or retreat, or if you come in, you can retreat and not get shot. Something like that, or vice versa. But anyhow, it was like the last turn of the game. I sent all my guys out to deep space, moving very slowly. You know, so he's backing up all those planets and stuff like that. And then, boom!
Just
no transports.
Yamato.
Hundreds
of transports.
Boom!
Damn.
Simultaneously. Like mold, you know, one day there's nothing, and the next day everything's green.
Oh my god.
Just like, okay, the galaxy's mine. Go ahead and fight me. I'm out fucking you. My reproduction rate is off the scale.
Off the charts, bitch. I'm literally out fucking you.
You're sitting there making swords.
While we're having horny orgies.
I'm kicking back, having orgies, and breathing like hell.
Oh my god. DU's gonna kick just our asses out. Well, they wanted out, didn't they? With Brexit, so.
Then if you scored it up at the end of the game, that was the biggest win ever.
Hi, Darren.
Damn.
Let me put you on speaker.
He didn't have much
Hey.
turn places.
Wow.
Say again.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you are, hey, do you have any dessert in your room?
No.
Not to my knowledge. I can check and see.
I see you didn't buy anything when you went to the store.
I ain't got, except for what we need to buy, what's on the list.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What's wrong?
Whatever you're craving, you don't need it.
Whatever. On your way in, whenever you do come in tonight, I have some apple slices in
Okay.
my drawer.
That's better.
But I also would like to have a toast, possible with jelly.
Okay. One piece of toast.
What was she wanting?
One piece of toast or two.
Speaker, take me off the speaker.
Okay, can you hear me okay? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Put it back on speaker.
No, okay. Okay, I understand that. Okay. Henry, Tony, put you back on speaker. Okay. I'll take care of that for you.
Okay, thanks, somebody.
Bye.
Does she know about your phone being all weird?
Yeah.
Oh.
She could tell me that she wanted how many pieces of toast she wanted.
I think she said a piece of toast. I think one.
No, she was saying tell you while speaking, and then she said two.
Yeah, she says a piece of toast, she means two. So if you make her a piece of toast, you'll have to come back and make another one.
I just don't. I'm just like you'll be sufficed.
Make her a piece of toast, and just like, oh, it's only one. Well, you asked for a piece of toast.
Really?
I'll just like say there was only one slice or something next time.
Oh, we have his heels. I'm sorry, hon.
And what you want, and I can slide her a Thin Mint or two.
No, there's some apples in the refrigerator.
A Thin Mint? Is that like some pseudonym for like some crazy psychedelic drug I'm not aware of?
Yeah, but
Oh, you!
These little girls.
Oh! It is the hardcore drug!
They hooked me up with the good shit.
Where did you find those recently?
In front of Safeway.
They're not there, though.
Well, they were when I got them.
Ah! You had those hidden all this time!
Well, of course, otherwise somebody would eat them all.
Yeah, me.
Exactly.
Damn you! Oh, they're too good, dude.
Well, they now. You can give it to me. Eric could get something good for 1 week.
Are they really not that good right now?
I don't know. I'll be glad to try them.
No shit, you would be glad to try it because it's damn like they're crack. It's great shit. It's amazing. Amazing. Stefan, are you a beta male? Are you a beta male? Are you a beta lesbian? Is that what you are? Are you a beta male? I gotta show you Jesse Lee Peterson, dude. His savage moments. He's hilarious.
Oh.
He's just. Oh, I just love him, dude. I just love him. I just ironically love this guy so much. Supona.
Still tastes great.
Okay.
Well, good.
Now it's coffee stuff to death.
Mm-hmm.
You may grab me out.
I'll be generous and take 2. That's me being generous.
Yeah, I'm feeling weird.
Kyle is blasphemy. Kyle is the sexiest lesbian of all time. He is the sexiest lesbian softball coach you have ever seen. Okay, who sold out to Big
Softball,
Seltzer, which gave him a
Used
belt
to be white.
that does holographic legs. So there's that. He doesn't have legs. Don't buy into that conspiracy. He has holographic legs.
Guy used to call into the Rick Emerson show. He's like a transgender lesbian.
Huh?
So he's a guy that identifies as a girl. That's
Yeah. Well, I know. I get that part. But who? What?
Oh, this guy that used to call into this radio show.
Oh.
I think. Well, he said he got the tits, but he still had the male parts.
Oh yeah, because he didn't do
And
a full
he
transition.
identified as.
Male to female.
Yeah, he was a male identifying as a female. That's a lesbian. Yeah, so he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, I knew a guy thought he was a girl, and then he got thrown in jail, in the male jail, so he didn't hide very well.
I'm sure he didn't. Yeah. But there's this whole joke about this.
I'm a girl that's a lesbian.
Good guy.
Isn't that kind of like being like a guy?
But
I got tits.
That's good.
so,
I'm
well,
just like.
I mean, if he's okay, so did the
Well,
guy
that
ever?
sounds like a good gig.
What did the guy ever like go into the studio and is there like what did he just only call in?
Not that I know. They called me.
For all I know, the guy honestly sounds like he's trolling a little bit. I don't know, like if he only called
He
in.
sounded real gay.
Well, I mean, on the phone. It's pretty easy to do a gay voice, boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's easy, all right, especially with enough practice.
No, yeah.
For me, I could do it.
was always
For me, I
wondering.
add a little Southern black to my gay. Mm-hmm. Okay, honey boy. I just do it a little bit like that. That's my gay voice. I add a little bit of like. That's how I do my gay voice. I do. Okay. If you continue to offer, I mean, it'll.
Bring them all.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
you
like
keep
that.
bringing it. You keep coming over, and you're like, "Here, have another." I'm like, at this point, I might as well take the rest.
The next one's gonna cost you. And the Thin Mint pusher.
I need my fix, man. I need my fix.
$10 for a cookie now.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh, you dropped it.
What? The cookies?
No, I don't have my glasses. Oh, 5-second rule. I don't see any cameras.
The little shit to eat is back. A little bit. Shadeed's slightly different. I just have a little bit of like a black southern drawl in my gay voice when I do it. See, when I get a little gay, I get my little southern tang into it. You know what I'm saying, boy? See, babe, that's how you do it. That's right. Like my Shadeed, now girl, my Shadeed's a lot more aggressive with her way of eloquency. Do you hear me and understand me, boy? Don't fuck with Shadeed now. She coming back and more powerful than ever, baby. That's right.
It's like that.
That's Shadeed.
That Geico
There's the difference.
commercial with the geckos. Now,
The guy.
what would it take for me to get hooked up to some of that delicious lemon meringue pie? You know, he's sitting there at the diner. You know, it's like all closed down. Some
Yeah.
Big black lady waitress. And he's just like, ah! Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's what it takes, huh?
that will take, huh? No, boy.
Oh.
Is this Suzuki still shilling Snapple? It's not my fault. I like Snapple peach tea. Okay.
It's not too bad.
I have vitamin water over here, so I'm showing this shit too. Okay. Wait, who's the actual company that? Coca-Cola, right? Or is it its own thing? It's Glacial. Or Glacial. That's, I think, what it is.
Where's it made from?
Well, where? Well, yeah, it's Glacial. But where? Bottle and design label. Well, no. I mean, it says New York here, but
Well,
I guess New York.
yeah.
Reduce your energy bill. Only use your refrigerator when you want to eat, drink something cold. Turn off your fog machines when you leave the room. Read one article about solar power. Okay. Stop paying me more than your bill amount. Move to a cave.
Really?
Okay.
Says on that bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They do that sometimes. It's actually kind of funny. But it doesn't say where it was bottled from, just where the company is based in. We'll never know. Fuck vitamin water. Snapple Master Race. This is tea. This is water. They're not. They're different liquids. Okay, non-comparable. I will. In fact, because he said that, I'm showing vitamin water now, bitch. Trading places. Trading fucking places, comrade. You should do streams, bitch. Why aren't you doing streams? You have like way more subscribers than I do. You actually could have a little base. I just don't like vitamin water. Wait, you actually really don't like vitamin water? What's so bad about it? It's just water that's... It's like you know those little Mio flavored things? It's basically just that already done. What would I stream? What I do? Just chatting, talking, bullshitting with the chat. The chat is what you're streaming about, basically. Or if you don't got that, bullshit with someone next to you. You can talk about just random different news and politics if that's up your alley or whatever, or just different things in the music news or whatever. Like, you know, there's different things. I'm just throwing ideas, not saying anything that you would like specifically, just random different ideas. Literally stream you playing your bass for like an hour or some shit just for the hell of it. People actually will watch that shit. Like, there's a few bass content creators that do that already. So I mean, there's ideas. I'm just throwing out random different ideas that potentially you may or may not be able to do. I'm not very good at doing that. I could do drunk streams. That could be really funny for all my shameless furry roommates. Actually, there you go. There you go. And people like seeing drunk shenanigans. There you go. So I think you found it. There you go. Like on the times you're all just chilling with the roommates and getting drunk, do that. There you go. Bag of bing, bag of motherfucking boom, bitch. Oh yeah, gone without a hitch. I don't have equipment to do bass stuff at the moment. I sold most stuff to fund my future upgrade. That's why I have my acoustic one, because then I could play it without all my equipment. I'm just fucking with you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what all you got currently right now, anyway. But I mean, yeah. But twats. But damn. Here, let me go back up earlier over. What's the amazing confidence? Fuck, one of the biggest rallies in UK history called for a second referendum. Seriously, the biggest. Damn. The second referendum in Corbyn to replace May. And, dude, I hear so much about people on the like skeptic community, like Sargon, or people on the right, saying like, Corbyn is just a communist. No one actually likes him. And yet, here's a fat fucking rally, the biggest in the UK history, allegedly so far. I really don't know if that's true or not, but it may be so. It's just like, oh my god, that's just so dumb. Except a way to plug mics into my computer. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, because I saw a chat I didn't get a chance to see or respond to, debating building a computer with my roommate. You do it, dude. Do it. Do it. That'd be cool. And don't wiggle your way out, boy. Don't wiggle your way. Don't be wiggling your way, boy. One of the biggest statistician, the interview couldn't give a concrete answer. So, at least it's still big, though. I mean, if it's, like, up there to the point where it's rumored to be, then it's up there. I mean, to be fair, it's going to be hard to get, like, a very big, deep approximate, but you can get, you know, close. Well, for Corbyn is a little too far left for my taste, but he's objectively better than me. That's funny. He's not really, to me, he's like what Britain is, like what Bernie Sanders is to America is what Corbyn is to Britain, basically. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, if you remove like the whole Overton window shift type of thing, you know, and be like, hey, you know, like, who's like the favorite politician, you know, and then like who they want more, you know, trying to get in place and stuff. But, and you know, and Corbyn's essentially that type of guy. But I mean, there are actually a lot of different policies I actually do really agree with him. So I mean, I would say he's, you know, there are different things about him that I feel like are, yeah, a little out there. But there's that, like, he outlines the whole railway system, which I actually agree with. But I mean, there's a lot of different things that I think, you know, are interesting about him. Isn't Kerman further left in the Yeah, that's why I was saying remove the Overton shift aside. You know, take that aside and, you know, just kind of look at like the social aspect of how people kind of view the two characters in their respective countries and stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, Corbyn is definitely significantly a little bit more leftier than Bernie is. But, you know, that's why I was saying, you know, put that point aside for that thing I was talking about. But, you know, anyway. But, yeah. I mean, you know, I actually, you know, I do like him a lot, though. Like, you know, I think he is, you know, someone who's genuine in his cause and stuff, and in a lot of similar ways was fighting since the 60s just as much as Bernie was in a lot of various different aspects out in the 60s. I mean, of course, societal, you know, issues and conflicts were a little different in the UK compared to the US at the time, but you know, they still had their issues that they were fighting about. So, you know, it's you know, I think, you know, it's a fun little comparison to have. But you know, they're definitely very distinct two different people and with different philosophies. And I kind of like Corbyn's a little more myself, but it doesn't mean I don't like Bernie's at all. I still like his, just as much. Different things I find more questionable and disagree with, but it's not as much. 1 million in downtown London is the estimate. What is unknown is that it's bigger than some in the 1900s. Yeah, because there's not much stats on those marches, and there's no way to really retrieve all the stats. I mean, the best way you can do it really is get eyewitness account, like as many eyewitness accounts of anyone who may or may not still be alive during that time, I guess, which is probably none. Yeah, probably none. Just any any and every piece of documentation you could possibly find on those specific protests and stuff, and just gather as much information as possibly could and just try to find the best estimate. But fuck, there's no real way you're gonna be able to really find out, especially nowadays. I mean, I'm sure there probably is somewhere. I'm just not thinking about because I'm not that smart. But I mean, like. I can't think of any way of how you could potentially try to find that information today. I mean, besides trying to find a bunch of documentation from those specific events. I don't know why I went specific. That was just so bad. I was like, oh god, I couldn't say specific. Specific. Northwest Pacific Coast. Hey. Wow, surprisingly going longer than I thought I would. Damn. There was no one here for a while, so I was thinking, oh, we'll just end this in an hour. Well, I'll probably wrap it up soon anyway. Whoa. Pop off that kernel. Keep it not as charcoal. Or this is Jordan supports switching the UK from the constitutional monarchy to a republic-style government. Awesome. Because, honestly, fuck constitutional monarchies and fuck monarchies in general. So, awesome. Awesome. I'm just like, I hope they kind of keep their parliamentary style thing. I hope they kind of keep that. Because I like how they kind of do that. I kind of like it. So, hopefully to keep that part. But, yeah, get rid of that monarchy bullshit out of it. That's just ridiculous. Not necessary anymore. Obsolete. To be done with. Off to the trash heap with that. I'm actually kind of appalled that that's still fucking a thing. Not even constitutional monarchy, but absolute monarchies. Those still exist. Like, Jesus Christ. I could think of one right now. I don't think I need to name it. But, fuck. They still exist. To the trash heap with you. You should have been in the trash like 200 fucking years ago. Yeah. Exactly. That's why I didn't need to name it. Everyone knows what it fucking is. It's Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's a given. I'm sure there's other absolute monarchies around, I'm sure. I just can't think of all of them specifically that I identify as that. Because Iran, I don't think is an absolute monarchy. I think they're like a constitutional monarchy as well. So, or at least a republic, because they're, I think, officially called like the Islamic Republic of Iran or something like that. So, yeah, so they're not a monarchy, or at least not in government. The UK, the Queen is just a figurehead. She doesn't have any real power, though. Could probably be abused. Yeah, I mean, just even in that just being a figurehead, I mean, people still take her, word, even politically. It's just like, what? Being in the Lucky Sperm Club makes, like, everyone have to revere you? Can you go fuck off? Miss Queen. Like, I honestly really have just distaste for monarchies. Iran is strange. They have a hybrid government. Yeah, I mean that's why I was debating on it, or kind of like put a question, because like, I mean, because their government is a little strange. I mean, it's just like, I mean, just the way it is right now is just terrible. But just all that aside, it's just kind of strange how it's kind of formed. Public style government, but with a supreme leader that gets the final say when he wants to intervene. Like, so like, that's so weird. It's like a dictatorship, but it's not. Huh? That is strange. Iran, why do I keep wanting to say Iran? Like crayon. Make me some crayons, Iran. Day-to-day stuff is a rebel, but the supreme leader doesn't like something he can stop it. Yeah. It is, yeah, I mean, I figured that, like the mullah, whoever the fuck it's called. Well, no, there's like multiple mullahs. I don't even give a fuck about like what names they got. Iran's pretty unique. Yeah, it really is. My mind wants to say Iran. Why? Stop, brain. It's Iran. Jeez, I don't know why I'm like so fucking pent up over that, but yeah, it is a really unique place. Even historically, but a lot of that has to do with our interventions over the years, and currently too. I mean, I think, in a lot of, I don't know how Iran would be, without, our intervention, and just how it just left alone, but I'm sure it'll be a little better than how it is now. I'm saying a little because its government just naturally will make it shit right now, just because it's a very shit government. But strange, but still shit. But because I think you could potentially have a strange form of government, but work, But for Iran, it's just strange and shit. So it's just like strangely shitty, I guess. Picture North Korea if Kim was more low key in the parliament, had actual power, and the elections had more than one candidate. Huh. Yeah. I feel like North Korea is really definitely unique in that sense too. They're really, really weird. Like, on paper, they're not a dictatorship, but they are. So it's like on a one weird level, they're also like a hybrid government, but it's just like 10%, 90% plus wanting to consume the last like 9% and have like 1%. It's just like, oh, it's that much of a hybrid. Oh, okay, so not really. This is like not really though. Like 10% is like pieces of paper. 90% everything else. It's just like, oh, okay. It's not unique. A ton of country have fake rubber stamp elections. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, that itself isn't unique. It's in a unique position right now, politically, and I think it has the potential to not like redeem itself, but make itself more respectable on the world stage to the point of being able to have talks enough to simmer the hostilities down to the point where we can maybe talk about a unified Korea at some point. Syria, Russia, to extent China, Cuba, I think. Yeah. I mean, to some extent, we kind of have, in a way, like rubber stamp elections. It's just a lot more covert and just in a different method. It's essentially doing it so by manufacture of consent. Noam Chomsky principle. The Noam Chomsky principle of manufacturing consent, where you essentially are able to just like get the masses swindled enough to where they don't see it, and even the people that do, be complicit in it if they so choose. Or the rubber, yeah, they don't do it via rubber stamp. They do it in a different method. I don't know what I mean. I mean, it's kind of obvious what it is, but I don't think you can call it anything specific. I mean, you could go general and say it's corruption, but that's not even that. I mean, but that's so broad that I mean, you can't even really call it that alone, and it's not like rubber stamp election. It's just considering that the masses still somewhat have a say, but it's not as much as a lot of the masses would think so it was, or as it is, and it's just like I think the U.S. is definitely extremely unique, so unique in the way it is, and it's also unique in a very very shit way. I mean, it used to be unique for a very more philosophically provoking way, but now it's just shit. Trump 1.0 is a huge upset by any measure. Yeah. Yeah, and bypass. Yeah, again, that's why I say that sometimes it doesn't always work, but it's done more covertly, which, you can't let it win all the time, or else then it's just going to be too blatant. They couldn't just rig the election, the general election, that severe to the point where it's like, oh, popular vote, and somehow like tampered with the electoral to have that, be like it would be way too blatant, and that would just, even if Hillary was able to win, would have destroyed that reputation more than it already is. I mean, I'm guaranteed it probably would have been literal like assassination attempts at least like every 6 fucking months or something, dude. Updated system that hasn't been updated dramatically in 200 plus years. Yeah, that's another thing. That's why I think we need to totally restructure it. We need to like look at every fucking like the big key fundamentals of our system and do a total rehaul. That's what I advocate for, because yeah, our system has not. And because the funny thing is, I don't know about all the founding fathers, but there was a few of them that were very encouraged of the idea of letting their system change over time. They were like, and the Constitution too. They were like, hey, if people in the future decide they want to change this a little bit, that's fine. That's their right as as a part of this country to do so. Like that, I don't know about all of them, but I know a few of them had this idea, and I agree with that. Like, I mean, if some shit's outdated and starting to become obsolete, change it, reform it, do referendums to absolve issues that are systemically obsolete and draconian. Like that's so. Like, I mean, because at one point, yeah, like all these different ideas and forms of government, economic systems, all these things at one point were new. And I think we just need to have another one now at this point. We need a new system that hasn't been done before, and to try new, especially with automation, with our technological advances, total reformations, and educate. Like, so many things need to be taken account for. And I'm not smart enough to, like, know all the ins and outs and details about it, nor will I ever claim to, but, I mean, yeah, like, I'll leave that up to the, actual, like, intelligent people with like doctorates and shit about that. Don't rely on a little stoner degenerate like me. So it's been put in place first. North south against British, but long past its usefulness. I mean, it was. I don't think that was its specific purpose, but I think that's one of them for sure. Because a part of the Second Amendment at the time was against tyranny, domestic or abroad. Abroad, especially at that time, could have meant the British. They were more allied with the French at the time. But it just in general, like, not only the Brits, but just any tyranny that made abroad and also domestically. So, I mean, that was, but, now that amendment doesn't really abide as well in its current writing. I think it can keep it. It just needs to be rewritten drastically to be updated to modern standards, because things definitely changed a little bit when it comes to guns. So, I think it's okay to keep, but it should be reframed to be basically the federal standard of regulation on firearms. Like, I mean, I think the Second Amendment would be great if it was rewritten to be that way. Wasn't even for that. Yeah, I mean, well, people interpret it that way. I mean, there's people that do interpret it. Even like historians have interpreted it that way before, amongst different interpretations, because it's such a vague, simple, tiny little fucking thing that it's easy to put your own narrative into that amendment. I mean, I don't think it was entirely built for that purpose. I mean, I think there was a multitude of different purposes as to why it was written in there. But I think that's because it's so vague. I can fill in different ideas of what that could have meant. And I think it probably meant a lot of those different ideas. I think they were like, hey, all these ideas we could just lump into one little thing. And it's like, well, they probably didn't take into account that people will just pick out one idea and keep it that way. And be like, oh, it's just for sure I keep my guns. Not exactly. You know, it's just like, not exactly. This protects state militias for potential federal overreach. Yeah. And for the South, a lot of people in the South would say, or at least hide the idea that that was there for, state militias to protect slaves from fleeing, plantations and their owners and stuff. So, that's another interpretation that people use, and I think that's also a part of it. And and I think all these different different factors that people can put in interpretation do have some meaning into the whole thing. It's just such a fucking vague thing that it's way better to have this amendment rewritten to take into account of more of the modern issues of fucking guns these days and account to that instead of back then. Like back then they would have accounted for all that different shit, but today we have to account for different things like mental illness with guns, crime, history of people being violent who probably shouldn't have guns and stuff. There's amongst many other different factors. So I think there's just different things that you can kind of weave in there, and that's why I just hate that amendment. It's just for the wording. It's not really its intentions to wording of it. It needs to be completely rewritten. I think its intention anyway is obsolete. Like I think the whole theme, it can be kept. It just needs to be changed and rewritten. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, at least a few of our founding fathers. I know for sure one of them. I forgot his name specifically off the top of my head. And I don't want to misname somebody, because there's a good chunk of them, but I don't know which one specifically said it or which few did. But, they were open to the idea of the Constitution being rewritten and changed over time and stuff. Because they thought that was, the people's right to do so, if they feel like their government needs to change according to the times. Which has over time. We've added stuff to it. It's been a long time since we did, but we can, and it's, yeah. I mean, James Madison wrote it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, whoa. She kind of plopped all over my feet. I don't know where she went now. Oh, well, somewhere.
Curly.
That's Curly. Yeah, that's a different cat. I don't know where the other one went, but
Skittish the cat.
yeah. Yeah, but I was thinking of James Madison, but I didn't want to say his name out of thinking I might have gotten it wrong, but he was one of the people I was thinking about, but yeah. Oh, there she is. Hello, baby. Hi. Curly, I wasn't calling you.
Hiding spot?
No, she just came back from the house. I call for Meg, and Curly just jogs up to me and wants to get petted. Meg just sits there, ignores me. Little bitch.
Curls? No, you're not gonna climb my leg again.
Goofball. Ah, goddamn. Clogged. 9. 9. It's clogged. It's clogged. Clogged. Yeah. What was we all talking about before the whole Constitution thing got brought up? Oh, just how we just talked. and composed of the body. Other people trained are it's the best and most natural defense of the country. Yeah, and also I don't really necessarily disagree with that quote either. I mean I agree with it. Regularly militia composed of the body of the people. I'm okay with that. Trained to arms. Weapons is another way of saying arms. Well, I guess arms is another way of saying that. And the best and most natural defense of the free country, which I think that part is a little That's more of a philosophical and personal take, I think, but I agree to the idea. I don't mind people forming a militia if they wish. As long as it's regulated and they're not, gonna like have crazy people fucking join in and potentially do snaps and over to like try to do crazy shit or something. I don't know. But Bandito, you beast. You beastlet. Did you find a rat and kill it? Oh, you're next to Curly. Don't get in a fight with that cat. Get over here. Oh my God, Bandit! No, you're still there. Come on. No, you're gonna listen to me.
Bandit, get back here and eat food.
Yeah, there you go, buddy boy. He just runs straight to the food, and oh no, never mind. He's going to you. I like how the bag got his attention. Thought it was the cat bag. He like looked up and it was like food. He just runs right over there. Hey, little buddy boy. Aw, you just a sweetie. Just a sweet boy.
And a flea treatment. It's that time of year. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I need to get my room while I'm like gone from work or something. Actually, with that, I'm gonna have to figure out like, because I don't think if I do, I'll have to like put 2 in there because there's gonna be some parts of my room that 1 won't be able to.
What?
If I flea ball my room, because it's getting to be flea season and stuff.
Oh, 1's more than enough for your room.
Well, there'll probably be some areas where it won't be able to like mist up to get to, or I guess it probably will.
1's enough to get everywhere in your room. The 2 will just makes it that much more toxic. And your cat never goes in the room anyhow.
Well, I found fleas on me already in there just because it's starting to become that season because of all the cats, especially that they go outdoors and stuff. I mean, they come in frequently, so I know they come in there. And Bandit goes in there. He'll come chill with me in my room.
It's hard to flea bomb the house anymore. They usually use 3 for the whole house.
Yeah.
Because I'll put 1 in each room.
I mean, we can,
And
I know, I mean, 3 of them are easily outside. We'll just have...
Lock all the critters in the garage, and flea bomb the house, and then...
Yeah, we'll just have to have, 3 of them, my cat and Belle and Bear, just chilling here. The other 3 can be outside and stuff, so, and just...
close your doors.
Yeah.
You have to, like, wash your sheets and make sure there's no food or whatever. And you need to move your frickin' litter box.
I know, yeah. I mean, yeah, me and Robert already talked about it, yeah.
Your cat never goes in your
What's
room.
that?
Well, you always have your door closed, so it doesn't have a litter box.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just do that just so any noise doesn't go out and wake anybody up at this point. And that...
Bring your cat in with you.
But this she always wants out now. She doesn't even... Like, she doesn't like it in there now for some reason. She's like, no. I like being comfortable on this couch. I think you didn't say about it. Refer to state malicious. I think it's state rights about Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah, give
But
her some attention now again.
I do. Every time I come home, she's sitting on that little couch in the same little spot, and I always greet her. I did it tonight because a bandit walked up to me as I was walking in, so I was holding that conglomerate beast, and they couldn't really...
Yeah, I mean, I'll pet her when I walk by. any of the critters, you gotta give them a little, a couple.
Yeah,
of
I always
pets or
give them
something,
attention.
you know,
I always give my pets attention.
when I come home, I gotta make sure all the critters are here. And I don't worry about the yappers. There's the big three, like Bandit and Curly and Squeaks. Maggers, I guess 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot cats now. I think before Baby Kitty, this is probably the fewest cats we've had. Say, but before her because she gave us a lot.
Or who?
Baby Kitty.
Oh, Miss Des.
Yeah. Oh, he's bloody. Hey, little boy.
She was a raggedy furball.
I know.
Like
She was
yappers.
definitely wild though, for sure.
Yeah, she was a wild cat. And she made some good kitties.
Yeah. You buddy. Oh my god. You're huge. Absolutely huge. Oh my god. Here. Oh god. Oh great. Here we go. Hi. Hello. Hold on. Session. Oh my god. This punk. Little punk. Oh my god. Oh, buddy boy. You're so precious, yes you is. He has like the most softest purr like of any cat ever.
I can't believe none of these cats have any purr to them. I mean, they'll purr, but you can barely notice.
And well, I think Bandit is the one of like the quietest. My cat will actually purr pretty loud, but
Well, she meows definitely loud.
God, her meows are absurd. Like, sometimes I'll be walking down the hall, at like 3 or whatever, and she'll go,
Ow!
yeah, it's like, jeez. It's like, I'm not trying to wake Robert up. Shut up, kitty. That even disturbed Bandit. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but all the cats I've had in the past, except for this whole group of cats,
Mm-hmm.
you can barely tell they're purring. And all of the cats in the past, they start purring, and you definitely know it.
They're like...
It's like, okay, you're purring. I can hear you from across the room.
Yeah, Bandit just has a very light little, like, hum with him. He's like... He kind of sighs it a little bit. He does it, like, with a sigh. He's like... Oh, he's a boy. Just a sweet boy. You is just a sweet boy. Yes, you is. Oh my god. Don't get all antsy about no damn kitty. Ugh. Ugh. Watch out.
It's shedding season.
It's getting ridiculous, dude.
I just gave him a brushing earlier.
Well, futile. Resistance was futile.
Oh, the worst was Scooters.
Oh my god, I don't think he had like a not shedding season. I think he consistently shed.
Yeah, he was a big shedder, and then Patney shedded like crazy. Just like Scooter. And Patney,
Yeah.
he looked like a lot like Bandit, actually.
Just, like,
Lighter
I can't...
in the face and no white paws.
There's just, like, no... I can't see my... Like, he's consumed my entire lap. He's just huge. There's like no lap anymore. I have like a cat lap. It's like my lap is a cat.
And then Curls is coming back. Just like, okay, have to be in my spot, so I have to move him, then like plop right in my lap. You know, just like flatten out like a blanket. And it's like, okay, I got my own heated, vibrating blanket.
I know. It's awesome. Just sit here and. I mean, no! You
Yeah,
little.
you gotta love kitties.
Even though they're slowly trying to take over the world. Look at him plot. Look at him plotting. Plotting and planning. Oh, well, I had to take a break there for a second on this plan. Oh, now he's getting back into it. He's. No. He's a little thirsty. He needs a little He needs to be hydrated to execute his plan.
I told you earlier about the chicken. And yeah,
Yeah. And he told me about the chicken. That was funny.
I'm just like, well, usually he
Goof.
gets all up in my grill when I'm making the food. And he just like gets up on the counter and he's getting back down, you know, on top of the garbage can. He's up on the counter, down on the garbage.
Yeah.
Down, up. And I look over and I'm just like, oh, there's a thing of chicken left out here.
Mom left it out.
Jump up and like grabs the chicken, gets back.
Just
on the garbage can.
nibbles
Oh,
on.
you sneaky little bastard.
I know. What a little fruit. I emptied my vacuum today full of cat hair. That sounds like our vacuum. Did you steal it? Why'd you steal our vacuum, you prick? How dare you? Why? And you don't have to let me know it's full of cat hair. We know this already.
Yeah, if you have a cat, your vacuum's full of cat hair.
I'm just messing with you, but yeah, I know the feeling.
Cats, so our vacuums, you
Extra.
have to empty it a couple of times before you get done with the room.
I know. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. Man, imagine having like a big, gigantic, furry dog or something, having that beast shed. Oh my god.
Oh, bandit!
Oh my god. Did I read Stefan is doing a live stream? No. I was
He
just.
was going getting the neighbor's dog all riled. It's like sitting there right there on the fence, and the dog's barking.
Really? Sitting there to the yapping dog like, ah! He's just like, you are.
Apollo was over there barking, and I'm just like, bandit!
Why? You look. I mean, he really is a mischievous little bandito, though. His name fits too perfectly.
Yeah. Kind of like, Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
The run out from Shrek, and he's just like, yeah, it'll cause trouble, and just like, it wasn't me.
Never was me, senor.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me, senor. Senores, it was not me. I know, Stefani. Though I brought it up in conversation because I'm just like, why don't you do it, bro?
He's still better than every cat I've seen on the My Cat from Hell show.
Oh my god, he's the antithesis of what every cat on that show combined. Until they become better again.
He gets into stuff, but he's just a mischievous cat.
Yeah, he's just a mischievous little punk.
He's not quite from hell, but close.
He's like from the realm of Loki.
Jackson Galaxy come out here and fix it. Oh, squeaks. You gotta spread the litter all over the floor.
Oh my god, you little bitch. Wow. Damn. Well, going on for quite some time now. I think it ought to be a good opportunity for a wrap-up sessiones. Sessiones. Si, senora, gotta get my sessiones. Finna eat some burritos. Damn right, boy, gotta have my burritos. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get my burritos. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Gonna do a glamour session with you, boy. That be right now, we gonna do it and chillin'. Not really, cause I really suck at it. Wow. YouTube is starting to shit out with weeders again. Retubers. Well, that's why I don't particularly do that consistently anymore, because I know YouTube they shit on me anyway. But you know what? Hell, I'll fuck them. That's why I say this is legal tobacco. It's legalized tobacco, you cunts. Susan with Vicky. This is legal French imported tobacco. Okay. And it tastes like peppermint. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Legalized French imported tobacco with a hint of peppermint. Actually, it was a pretty nice little flow. That's what it sounds like to me. It's like the only you're adding like a dum. Even says disclaimers and he pulled off another of his videos. Oh my god. Fuck YouTube. Just fuck this horrible site. God damn it. It's too clogged. Oh, much better. Work today? I do every day. All day, every day, and even when I sleep. So work on living. Surviving. Money. I'm kidding. If your world revolves around money, then you probably suck a lot of balls. A lot of thick balls. And tiny balls. And skinny balls. And thick balls. That right. Even little baby balls. Fucking disgusting heathen. Wow, money, man. Cha-ching. Well, in this curve system, that's what it has to be. Eventually, we can do something better. But currently, we can't. Because we suck. Like, humans, low-key, always have, like, this death urge of, like, how do we, like... Here's something we could do something good with, and how do we make it, like, destructive? It's like, oh my god. We do the best we can. Maybe, depending on the individual, sure, but on a grand scale, humans on a grand scale, I would say we're doing literally the total opposite of just being total destructive. On the individual scale, you'll have to look at the case by case, but yeah, maybe. Oh, God damn it, fucking clogged again. Ah, now you're stuck? Fuck you. Now that's gonna be cleared. Better be fat. a 6 trunk got away with it. No, he didn't. Not yet. Nothing's been reported yet. So we still unknown. I'll wait. Of course they're gonna say that he's fucking innocent and there's nothing in the report that's gonna deem him guilty of anything. Of course they're gonna say it. So the fuck what? Fuck them. I could care less what Fox says. Of course they're gonna have a party and be like, yeah, there's nothing in there. It's like, fuck off. Of course, like, you don't know what's in the report yet. It's only been to the Attorney General for reporting, and there's also like so much other shit going on. Orange man. He is indeed orange. I still want to be there at the autopsy table, seeing the procedure to analyze the specimen. To try to analyze this specimen will be quite a good thing. I think we'll get a lot of research plentiful research released from it. Can't do it while he's alive. We'll just have to do it whenever he does. From whatever means. Probably it's going to be like heart disease or something like that, or cancer or some shit. It's probably going to be something related to his terrible fucking diet and his lack of anything like good, like health-wise. I mean, and also the fact he drinks like 11 Diet Cokes or some shit a day. I don't know how many he drinks, but he drinks a fucking ridiculous amount, and he drinks diet with aspartame, a literal agent that's like fucking cancerous. Like, yay, good idea. It's like, oh, jeez. His health is going to kill him before anything else does. And when that happens, let's analyze the specimen and study it. We'll get plentiful and bountiful information. He eats McDonald's every day. Yeah, I know. He has a fucking chef. The White House exclusive, chef team. To make him the most richest, most succulent meals. And he chooses McDonald's. Salt through roof. I honestly have no more salt levels. I'm just more disappointed that this elitist, this guy he just pretends to be elite, which is kind of the funny thing. He's elite, but he isn't really. He's just elite because of the money, but that's about it. He would just be some average Joe who's just a narcissistic and egoist, but some schlub, just like anyone else, if he wasn't. Again, Lucky Sperm Club. You just happen to be the lucky little sperm that happened to penetrate the egg before any others. Lucky you. Happened to swim against all the odds against the female human body literally attacking your fucking sperm cells. They do that. And not dying off over time. Yeah, lucky you. That's a good side name for me. Ooh, side names. Average Joe. Hey, there you go. Average Joe. Yeah, that works. That definitely works. Well. Oh, fuck. Think I'll cash this and then dip. That fucking little mutt. Jesus Christ. Still going. Keep coming back, lol. I know. Against orders. I dare you. But, oh, whatever. Peace out. And I'll see you whenever I'm doing this again, which will probably be whenever. Whenever it happens to be.